Oh, you turned it off. Turn it back on for the dog. It's the stream started, Cam. I wanted to start stream on your dog.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. Alright, let's start a stream. Okay, and he woke up. He licked his paw. Okay, looks like we're live. Okay, let's hear test the audio.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Blue. My bad. Honey.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I have a few updates. I wrote down podcast topics for this podcast. A few things I wanted to do. Okay. There's something we're gonna do, but we're gonna wait for Kamui to get here, I guess. So by the way, for a stream that doesn't know, so we're purposefully not telling Kamui that we started stage and went live because we're just going to wait how long it takes him to realize. At the end of the day, this is his fault at this point because he always is like, Oodie, you didn't tell me stage started. Like if anyone was listening, we argued about that for a good 20 to 30 minutes a few weeks ago. And now we're just taking it a step further. For the sake of curiosity and revenge and payback and a taste of his own medicine. And what are other adjectives, Camcam?
What other adjectives? Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Mother Nature. That's not a relative adjective, but Mother Nature can be brutal and harsh. Anyway.
Yes, Mother Nature can be harsh. Hey, don't be licking your paw. We don't lick our paws, okay?
Oh, God.
That's bad.
It's bad? Why is it bad?
Because his paws get red, he has allergies.
Oh.
So they get all red and irritated. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, good.
So the next one, I guess, we'll just do Boruto, then come back to not Boruto, and then Boruto again. So I'm just gonna text Kamui this question as well, but this goes for everyone. So
no, you need to kiss and make up with him.
So chapter ratings?
Yeah, I think you heard Kamui.
What's your chapter rating? What do you give?
This chapter was
chapter 5 out of 10.
7 out of 10. BRB.
BRB. Okay. And there's that for everyone that wanted to see it. So yeah.
Ooh, what was that?
What?
I heard some loud, I think, not static, but it was just like a quick, loud noise.
Probably this, like, moving.
Oh, wait.
Yeah?
Are you gonna invite wait, hold on. Are you gonna invite anyone in the audience, Oodie?
Yeah, Kamui and Mello and Free Game if he wants, and I mean, King of Chaos would be cool if he came. I don't think he's gonna come tonight, but you know, it's what it is. Okay. I think we got all that out of the way. We'll do that. That looks pretty cool, I guess. And, okay.
Look kind of like a creeper.
No, it's cool. It's light. It's cool lights.
Kind of a creeper, but okay.
So, what was your rating, Immortal?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
9 out of 10. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying, but Damon was in the chapter. His existence was on screen. Therefore, automatic divine 10 out of 10.
Oh my god.
That just goes without saying. I mean, he's not in every chapter. He wasn't in the previous chapter, for example. So.
I think one of the things I wanted to see was, like, well, I heard, Ikimoto, does he know how to draw expressions, like, help characters? Like, no. The only reason I'm asking this question is because Ada, she didn't really look surprised or like just in absolute shock or disbelief that one of the Shinji was able to, see what she's doing with her Senringan.
I think it was more of a scary thing
or something.
Yeah, no, I think it was fear.
Huh?
It was more than just they can see it. It's what they said to her.
Yeah, and they were like communicating with her as like they were talking to her. using her clairvoyance abilities. I think you know, since they're already setting up some fights, like how do you think the fight between the Bug, Shinju, Ada, and Dame is gonna go?
Well, I don't think we're promised that necessarily. We'll talk about that more when Mello comes on, but there's nothing in screenwriting that demands that interaction to happen in the first place.
Well, I'm guessing the only reason why I'm saying that is because they're talking about devouring the people that are closest to them. And the one mystery that I'm kind of puzzled on is Jorah saying that he wants to devour Naruto.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily what they want to devour. That's what Matsuri said, I think. And then that's what Jorah said, I think. But we don't know what Bug's or Hikari's or Hidari's thoughts are on the matter. We just know they have a target, but we don't know target in terms of what. You could say it's they're going back to their instincts and relying on what they naturally know, which is to eat the person. But they're also new life forms who are clearly they're developing their own ethics and morals. So if eating someone goes against their morals, it doesn't matter. Their target's just going to mean something other than their instinctual drive that they were born with, because as time goes on, they're just going to get more and more nurture. So it makes sense that they're right now relying back on their instincts. So Kamui's response to what did you think of Bug seeing the Senrigan, this podcast topic, was, I'm not answering that until you say what I want first. So there you go. Oh, and Kamui's chapter rating was, I'm not answering that until you say what I want first.
Well, just tell him what he wants.
What does he want, Immortal? What should I tell him?
I don't know. I personally don't know Kamui, so
okay, I'm gonna text him that. I don't know in quotation marks.
Wait, yeah, no, that's not what. I don't know what he wants.
Oh,
but you may know.
Oh, I absolutely know. Yeah, but I was asking you because you didn't know. Oh, he texted back. Yeah, you do. I'm gonna text him. No, it's in quotation marks. I didn't say it. I quoted it.
Oh, okay. So this might be a little off topic, but just updating everyone. Like, I can't see it. That's too tiny for me. Sorry, I'm blind.
So, Immortal, just so you know, Kamui says that he doesn't care about you.
Oh, it was happening.
So
that's probably not what he said. Oodie's just being a butt face.
No. He did say that. I'm looking at the quote right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, Immortal, that Kamui would say something so mean and rude to you when he's this fussy. As Camcam already admitted publicly on stream, he's fussy.
Oh, great. Now Kamui messaged me.
Oh, God. What did he say?
What's he saying?
I'm worried.
Uh-oh.
Is it bad?
No, it's not bad.
Okay. Is it something that I'm not allowed to hear? Oh, he's absolutely upset, but... Camcam? Is it long? Are you going to say it, or are you not?
Yes, it's a little long. Hold on.
A little long. Oh God.
Do I want to say this out loud?
You could say parts of it out loud. If you feel like it, whichever parts you want. I don't. Which parts do you want to say out loud, if any?
You know what? I'm just gonna stay out of it. Actually.
Can you text it to me then? So I can read it?
Okay. I'll text it to you. Sure, I'll text it to you. Okay.
And I'm not gonna read it out loud unless you want me to. Or at least parts of it. I won't read any parts of it unless you are okay with that. This is so dumb.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I wanted to say about this chapter was, since what I found interesting about like these god tree like beings is that basically they're new creatures that are kind of discovering their own identities, maybe their own morals and ethics, and they're becoming like more conscious, and they're basically figuring out like what they want to do, I guess you could say, in this existence. So I thought that's kind of cool, and I would like to see more on how that idea is kind of played around with. And so there's this book that I'm reading now about how women, which is a little off topic, but it kind of ties in a little bit, how women have played a huge role in science fiction since the 1600s. And there's this quote. Let me see if I can find it. I argue that utopian science fiction written by European women has, since the 17th century, played an important role in exploring the racial and gender possibilities of the outer limits of the humanist imagination. It has asked what becomes of race, gender, and humanity's internal divisions when what it means to be human is defamiliarized and pushed to its logical extreme in outer space. In doing so, it amplifies the achievements of new philosophical ideas about race, gender, and the human, and communicates them in imaginative ways to the wider public. So I thought when I read that, I kind of thought of this Boruto chapter a little bit. So thought it was interesting.
That is interesting, and I know you're going to disagree with me, but I think these beings don't have gender. Like, obviously, yeah, you got the 3 men and then the 1 girl. I don't... So, like, I think they're almost like... Because they're like divine claw grinds is what I'm calling them. I wouldn't consider the Ten Tails to have a gender. So, I don't think they even have chromosomes. I think... Because I would consider God to be above gender. Like, it's just a concept that isn't applicable, in my opinion, to divine beings. So I don't think it would apply to them. Even though they look like guys and girls or whatever, I don't think it's even conceptually the same thing, in my opinion. And same with the race.
Yeah, they have taken on the appearance of, like, females and males. So, like, sure, they do have some gender identity, you could say. But the main point of what I'm trying to get across is that it's playing across new philosophical ideas. When you dive into the ideas of science fiction, you're diving into new philosophical ideas. There's so much you can play around with when you're dealing with science fiction. It's a whole new ball game, and usually when we think of science fiction, we don't think about philosophical ideas, but that's what science fiction is all about. And I think Boruto, people kind of don't take Boruto super seriously, I feel like. And so I would like to see Ikimoto like kind of turn things around with Boruto and maybe dive into some more serious ideas, which I would like to say maybe he's trying to do with the claw grimes, like kind of doing their own thing and becoming their own thing. So yeah, it's like basically because they are evolving into something completely different. So I would like to see that idea played around with. There's so many opportunities there, and if he doesn't take this opportunity, I mean, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I'm just saying.
I don't think he's going to take
They
the
seem to be
opportunity
very-
in that regard, but I do think he's going to take a similar level of depth to develop them with. But I don't think they identify based on their appearance. Like, I don't think their physical attributes is a part of their identity to them, in their opinion.
I think you're honing in on that a little too much. It's not my point. Like, All I'm saying is that like women in this time period, that's what they kind of played around with because that was their main focus in like the early 1700s, which you can kind of understand why. But of course, that's not like the main point of what I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
My main point of what I'm trying to get to is like the philosophical elements that you can play around with.
but we're already getting that. In fact, we've already got that through
Yeah.
Hidari, the Sasuke
Oh,
claw grime,
yeah.
who's asking, what even are they? So it's about how they go about it. I don't think the answer is going to be speaking on or relevant with gender or race or identity and any of that
Yeah,
kind of regard.
I don't think so either.
Okay, so what are you hoping he plays with, or how so exactly?
Just any type of philosophical idea that deals with who are we, where do we come from, what is our purpose here,
Sort
and
of.
like these claw grimes maybe taking charge of their own lives. Like, will they fully take on their own true identities? Like any type of philosophical ideas, I think would be a really good opportunity to take on. You know?
I feel like not only was we already promised that, so it's, I wouldn't say it's likely, I would say it's guaranteed we're going to get that, but I'd argue to some extent they've already started doing that. Like, Jura is the leader, that's how he's identifying himself, and Sasuke is
Yeah.
the one that's questioning things. We already know he's more that philosophy angle. He's going to be the one to betray everyone if there's going to be one. That's already people's theories, and we've already got some sort of characteristics in terms of identity or personality with the Matsuri and Bug claw grimes. So to some degree, they're more
Yeah.
than just claw grimes already. They have personality, and not just the personality of the person that they absorb. So for example, in terms of physical attributes, as far as we're aware, the Bug claw grime was born old. So I don't think he's associating his physical body with his personality or who he is or any kind of what purpose they have. Because in that regard, I think they would just consider that remnants of their life as the Ten Tails, and they're being reborn into this new body, essentially leaving behind that past, but it's like a scar on their personal being. Like, the Bug claw grime didn't choose to look like a Bug, I don't think, but he doesn't care that he does, because that's not what is important or what matters to him. More so what he's going to do going forward, what the target means to him, and why it means something to him rather than Bug, but like the new Bug, not the old Bug, but the new one. Because the same way I see it almost like Kashin Koji. Kashin Koji has, to some extent, Jiraiya's memories, but he doesn't have Jiraiya's personality or emotions or
his
resolve
charisma
or experience. Yeah, his personality isn't there. He just has someone else's memories, but he's not taking that on himself. He's not associating that with his own being. That's a different
Yeah,
soul,
he
essentially.
has like so much of his soul. He has so much of Jiraiya's soul like within him that even like Naruto was like, oh, like I feel like I know him, or like why am I so sad that he's like, or why am I like so worried about him? You know, like there was like kind of like soul connection. So maybe that's gonna be more delved into. Like, I don't know. I would hope so.
Yeah. Immortal, thoughts?
So the Shinju's having their own identity. I was just thinking about how it's almost sort of like AI becoming human, like becoming the avatar of the person that, well, they're sort of essentially created by. And then it's just like, it's like they're taking that sort of concept, but now adding sort of like an existential, question on top of that. Like, who are we? Like, why are we here? What's our purpose? And Jorah kind of tells him a little bit. And it's interesting to say the least. Like, I don't really see them as villains. It's like they're antagonists, but they're not really villains.
Yeah,
that's the interesting part about it. I've always been interested in that kind of, you know, and those type of characters, like antagonists instead of villains, because, you know, antagonists and protagonists, well, I'm not saying that heroes and villains don't change, but they change but they're sort of like more natural, more human than, you know. Ooh, hold on. Sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to beat a boss.
Okay. You know, for me, it's really funny when people say this whole villain thing, because I know that's something Mello's been echoing recently too. Yeah, they're not villains, but everything you said. Okay, sorry. But everything you said applies. God, everything you said applies to Ada and Damon to an even greater extent. Not only were they never villains, when the entire audience, especially Kamui, was like, "Oh, they're set up as villains. Of course they're villains. They're gonna fight as Sumire and Sarada in the future." Shikamaru said so. They've never been villains. They've never been portrayed as villains. In fact, they've never been antagonists. They've never opposed our heroes. They were never officially on Code's side, and they like. I don't see what people's problems is by saying, "Oh, Ada and Damon have to be these big bad villains. They're in game." Yes, that's absolute nonsense. They've never been that. I've said that since day one. At what point were they like that? If anything, Kawaki's the reason omnipotence happened. You can't put that on Ada. It's not like she meant to do that. In fact, she's directly opposing Kawaki in this case. I don't understand. Damon's just doing what he wants. Yeah. In fact, they've allied themselves with Konoha. They aren't antagonists or villains. They're just characters. Even more so. The new Claw Grimes, not only are they antagonists because they're opposing Boruto, our hero, but they're literally, in this case, more so villains. Like, people say they aren't villains. Yeah, sure, you can say that. I agree or whatever. They want to eat Naruto. They went to eat Sarada and Konohamaru. They're villains in that case. Like, they're doing the same thing Jigen wants to do. Hey, what's up, Mello?
My mic on?
Yeah, your mic.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hi, Phoenix, Camcam, Oodie. What's up?
Hey.
What's up? How you doing, Mello?
Pretty good. To your point that you were just saying, it sounds like you're maybe arguing with one person in particular. I think Kamui, you said, when it comes to Ada and Damon stuff, at least.
It's well,
they're beefing right now.
We are beefing right now, but it's
but if anybody has any thoughts, you know, you can post it in the YouTube comments.
Thank you. To specify, it's not just Kamui though. I was just saying Kamui because that's one individual that I've happened to argue with, and he's just relevant right now. But it's the overall community. Like, I'm just putting a face to the name with Kamui. He's just one example of many. So Kamui isn't someone specific in this case, yeah.
So, to your point, though, I'm not sure how I would feel about Ada and Damon. I'm not sure if I, voice an opinion recently. But I would say, in my opinion, I do think they would kind of, they differ a bit from the Divine Trees, right? So, to your point where, you were just saying last, they went to consume Sarada, Naruto, that makes them more so villains. Yeah. To me, I'm not really concerned about what a person desires. I'm concerned when that desire manifests itself in the physical world. I was having a very interesting conversation about this with I don't want to bring it up on stream because it's kind of not PG, but basically if you're a person, you have certain desires in your mind. I don't care about that, right? You can think whatever you want to, even if it's illegal stuff, whatever. But when it starts to manifest and bleed over into reality, that's when I start to have a problem with it, right? I mean, to be fair, I can't read your mind. So, how would I ever know unless you say, do something and act? So it's the same thing with, the Divine Trees, right? They can have this instinctual desire. They can think like Mitsuri. She can think she wants to consume Konohamaru. She can talk about it all she wants to, but she hasn't actually done anything yet. So, not villainous based upon what they think they want to do or they think about in general, only physical acts in the physical world. And then also with Ada and Damon, really want to say they weren't officially on the side of Team Code. Well, they said that they were, and they were going to aid him in releasing his full power, which they did. and then also they were trying to help him destroy the world, essentially. Now, whether for whatever fickle reason they chose to like betray him, I mean that's neither here nor there. They were still like on the side of this guy. The idea was that Kawaki was supposed to like go to them, and that's an Otsutsuki that's supposed to be sacrificed, right? From Code's perspective, for all we know, because of Ada and Damon, Code could have pulled the slick one, betrayed them, sacrificed Kawaki, and then ended up ending the world. It could have gone down like that, under certain conditions. So I think, yeah, they were on the side of a person who wanted to commit genocide on a universal scale, and he actually went about doing it. It wasn't just, oh, I was bequeathed this wheel or something. He actually took steps and he has been taking steps to do that. So that's just what I think about it off the top of the head. But yeah.
Interesting. A few points I want to talk on there, unless someone else has something else they wanted to say first. Okay, so a few points I wanted
no,
to...
go ahead.
Yeah, so a few points I wanted to say on that. The first thing, a very small thing you said, you might have just said this like off the cuff, so I don't know like how much you want to agree with this, but I think I disagree. In fact, I'm the polar opposite of your view of villainous versus villains. What you think as villains, I think as villainous, and vice versa. So it was just something you said, like, oh, they're being villainous. I disagree. I don't think they're being villainous. I think they're not being villainous. They're being villains. And then anyone being villains that you said would be villainous rather than villains.
Who do you mean by there? Like who?
I don't remember. Whoever you said,
So
probably
like
Matsuri. Yeah.
Um.
So okay, so for example, okay, so I also disagree. This is a sort of elaboration on that. I disagree with the fact that intentions don't make someone a villain. So Gaara in the Konoha Crush arc was a villain, even though he didn't destroy even a single pebble within Konoha. That was the plan. In the same way, Jigen planned to destroy the world, but he didn't even like make the first step. What's up?
He's talking about Gaara right now.
Who said
You said
Gaara?
didn't destroy a single pebble? What do you mean by that?
In the Konoha Crush arc. Back in Naruto Part 1.
Are you talking about like killing people or stuff?
So
The plan was to use Shukaku to destroy the Leaf Village. He didn't do that at all.
I would say
I would say he's a villain.
Well,
I would say that he so he was a part of the plan. But well, number one, I don't think anybody claimed that Gaara was a villain. I'm not really sure where that came from just to begin. But if you do want to talk about that, I would say that he was initially a part of a plan to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not even sure if I would qualify like Orochimaru as a villain. I might have to get my my stuff in line to make that claim. Oodie, how are you defining villain, by the way?
I would say in the screenwriter essence rather than storytelling aspect.
Which would be?
So I'm saying not in universe because I agree. I don't think Orochimaru is a villain in universe. But the story is wanting you to say that he's falling within the character dynamic as a villain. If you had to assign a archetype, that is the role they play in the story.
Yeah, so I don't think Gaara or Orochimaru are villains. They can want a thing, but it doesn't mean that that is what it is, right? So I don't think either one of them are villains, actually.
Okay, what about Jigen or Ishiki?
See, my problem with villain is that I think in the definition of villain, evil is a really important aspect to it, like evil actions or something of the sort, right? Whereas antagonist, you don't necessarily need to be like evil.
Yeah.
You can just oppose the protagonist.
Yeah.
So my problem is, okay, well, how am I defining evil? Why is there a plane at like 12 p.m.? I don't know how to how am I defining evil acts without okay, well, how will you define evil, Oodie?
That's interesting. Pulp Fiction's whole movie is about evil. So I would have to think about it.
Jackson movie?
Yeah.
Or you
it
talking about like
is.
the genre?
Like,
Yeah, the movie with Samuel Jackson. I didn't like the movie, but I think it's brilliant in its depiction of what evil represents, or how it manifests, or what it looks like. So Obito's end goal is to start the Infinite Tsukiyomi. He didn't achieve that goal. Is Obito not evil because he didn't accomplish that, or is he evil because of everything he did on the way, even though he failed? He still succeeded in some parts, like capturing the tailed beast, killing the Jinchuriki, killing many people in war. I would say that's evil. It's an evil act. You can argue the philosophy more in depth, but in general.
But but that's in like an example. How are you defining evil?
Okay, fair enough.
what is your definition of evil?
I would have to think about that.
Make sure you guys like the stream. Just
Thank you,
saying.
just like the stream. Okay, evil. I would just use a lot of adjectives. I don't know how much you would put stock into this. A sinister act or intention, something malicious in nature that would cause harm, likely to either the world around you or to other beings, but it's possible that it could include yourself. Would that be a satisfying definition to you? I don't know.
So
It's good.
Okay.
It's a good definition.
Thank you.
Sinister is an interesting word, because I would ask you to define sinister, but I'm not going to go down that line.
Yeah.
Like heinous?
Like, would you say like,
like
a lion?
malevolent.
Like a lion. Okay, so there's like intent.
Hey, Mello.
But I mean, Kamui had a lot to say that he was messaging me about, but like, you won't be a big boy and
Oh, actually, I'm being a big
tell
boy right
him
now.
when we're
Hey,
starting
Mello,
the
I'm
podcast.
Mello. I have a favor to ask of you. Oh, also, I sent him a link to the podcast
Nope.
Camcam. Yeah. So Mello, I need you to message Kamui, telling Kamui that the stage has started.
Where is Kamui? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out.
Immortal, can you do that for me as well?
Well, Ood and Kamui, well, mostly Ood is being petty.
Oodie, come on,
Listen,
man.
I've learned not to get involved with you guys' stuff.
Okay, Immortal.
I'm gonna have to respectfully decline this request. Okay.
Immortal, I have a request.
It's a joke.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Immortal, you can do this favor for me?
No,
what?
don't do
What
it.
is it?
Don't do it.
Why? Because I'm being... Oh, because it's mostly me being... It's not mostly me being petty. It's equal amounts of pettiness, Camcam. Don't start saying it's... How? What's the ratio, then, since you are so sure it's mostly? You know it must be over 51%, so what percent is it? If it's mostly?
Okay, so I
And
guess
how?
I guess you can clip this part out, make it its own
Yeah,
section.
what's the weighting here?
Okay, make its own video.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was Kamui, we've been trying to talk AOT for 2 months,
That's not
now,
relevant to this.
and you keep putting in intro topics
That's not relevant.
after intro topics.
That's not why he's mad.
And then we've been... Isn't that why he's mad?
No.
Okay, well, this is the start. No, this is the
This
start of the
isn't
discussion.
relevant. Okay, it's the
And-
start
okay,
of
no.
the discussion, separate from the actual discussion. Yeah.
Okay. And so
Uh-huh.
Kamui just had a simple request that, like, hey, can we either talk about the Boruto chapter or can we talk about Attack on Titan? And and you were just like, well, I still want to talk about my intro topics. And like you wouldn't like give a straight answer. And then you started stage and you were like, hee hee, I wonder if he'll notice that we started stage. And you didn't tell him that you started the stage.
Okay, there's a reason I did that, though.
And
Don't
now
just be like,
Kamui
hee
is standing
hee.
his ground and saying that, like, no, you know, and like, no, I'm not coming on because, you know, Ooh didn't tell me that he was starting the podcast, or like he was.
And you're
starting the
gonna
stage.
say I'm
Because you've done
being
this
petty?
before.
Okay, so he's not coming on because I'm not telling him something he already knows, and
But
I'm
you
being
started
petty.
it.
I didn't
But you
start
started
it.
it.
No,
You
he's being
started
unreasonable by asking me to tell him to start the stage. When everyone else, including you, knows.
I think you should tell us.
When we schedule for something,
when you start
then how
stage.
does he know? How does he know?
I don't know.
Yes, you
No.
do. Yes, you do. The reason's because we scheduled for now.
Kamui, Kamui told me, tell Oodie to do it, what he just asked you to do.
Oh my god. He's literally
Dude.
watching. So stupid.
What is happening?
You know what? I'll
Yeah,
say it on
Kamui
I'll say it on
said-
stream. I'll say it on stream. I'm not gonna text him. I'll say it on stream. Hey
Kamui said, and I
Kamui,
asked him to tell me he started stage every week too. So.
Kamui, since I know you're listening, I started stage. You can join now.
Okay, Kamui.
Alright.
There you go.
Balls in your park, bub.
In your court.
Shut up. It's in both.
Pretty big ball, Jesus.
Balls in your part.
I've never heard that in life.
I've never heard that either.
No, it's because it was.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
It started in the court, and I hit that ball so hard it was knocked out of the park. Well, into the park, actually. From the court. It was so good, the ball started out of the park. Yeah, exactly.
So, Oodie, what do you think about my idea that Boruto could be seen as like the villain?
Okay, so with this, I actually wrote down a lot of things.
Kamui said, nah, Oodie, I request a message. Message me first.
Okay, I'll message you. I'll message you, Kamui. I'll message you saying hi right now. Hello.
Kamui, come on.
What kind of bird is this? An ostrich? He's cooking.
Kamui, sweet baby darling. Come on.
Oh, but Camcam, I'm the one being mostly petty.
Kamui, I think your gift's gonna come in a week. Come on now, be happy.
Exactly. Like, Kamui, what happened to you being the bigger man earlier? Because you
There's a
didn't want
sex joke
to
in there
do a
somewhere.
silly argument earlier.
There's not. I got Kamui a Christmas gift. So yeah.
Oh, trust me,
Because
there's a sex joke in there. Trust me.
no, there wasn't. I promise. Because Oodie and Kamui both got me a Christmas gift and a birthday gift, and is 2-for-1 deal. And that video is up if you want to see it. Where I unwrap the joke gift. Yeah.
For the sake of stream.
There was some real gifts in there, but there was a joke gift in there as well.
Did you send Kamui a message?
Here's our messages so far.
No, that's an ostrich, bro. It says cooking a whole huge ostrich. What is an emu? Do people eat emus?
An emu isn't that kind of like an ostrich? It's like in the same family, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's within the same family. They're scary. I don't like emus.
Oh, there's a commercial with emu or something. It's like some
Emus.
car insurance thing.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is grizzly. What the fuck?
I don't like them.
So what did you think about that, Oodie?
The emu?
Oh, he's gone.
Wait, I'm gone? Hello?
Oh, Boruto being like a villain.
Oh, right. I forgot I was doing that. Okay, I was
He
gonna
got
look it up.
distracted.
For trying to take out the Tinto.
Boruto being a villain is interesting. In fact, I kind of already expected him to be a villain. I just didn't know how it was gonna go out.
Yeah, it's more like I guess since it kind of ties into what we were talking about before. But like, so basically my idea was, if Boruto wants to like sneak attack the incels before it can become like what it eventually did become, is that like immoral to do, even if it like benefits him? Is it like a justifiable act, especially since the incel seems to be like innocent?
I'm guessing it's more so like, well, for me, it's like looking at chapter 2 when he finally came back and he was trying to relay the news of what Code has done to the Ten Tails, which the Ten Tails in of itself isn't evil. It's going off everything based off of its instinct. So it's like it's not really sentient and it doesn't have morals. So what it's doing kind of is just, well, what any animal would do, just going at it based off of its like primal instincts. And so when Code had created the claw grimes, and I've been wondering this question myself, when Code created the claw grimes and Boruto was talking about like a transformation or something he added onto the Ten Tails. I was wondering, like, what are those, like, what kind of mystical properties did the belt marks possess? Like, did Code know he could change the Ten Tails? And he just needed to remove his limiters? Or, could it be the result of the White Karma Seal? I don't know. But going back to the topic of the Ten Tails and Boruto trying to kill it, the Ten Tails in of itself isn't evil. And, well, would Boruto... that's interesting. I'm sorry. That's interesting, to say the least.
It's like the Hitler question, right? Like
Yeah.
like if you know what Hitler is gonna be, well, you'll become Hitler. So like, do you like, if you have the opportunity, do you take him out when he's a baby? But then like the baby Hitler is not actual adult Hitler who did all the bad stuff. So what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's interesting. The Ten Tails isn't evil, but Code causes the Ten Tails to become something that could become a worst possible outcome for anyone to experience in the near
Oodie,
future.
you're back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it isn't
I'm going to the
necessarily the
bathroom
Ten
now.
Tails that is evil. It's more so Code changing him to be whatever it is Boruto saw in the future.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it's like, what does Boruto actually know? Like, like does Boruto know what they'll become? Does he know they'll do great harm? And if that's the case, then it's almost exactly like the Hitler thing, because essentially, if he has future knowledge, he's essentially like going back in time and like trying to handle things in the present. So then it's like, okay, well, the Hitler question is super interesting. But if Boruto doesn't know specifically what they'll be, and I guess he's snuffing out like a unique existence for what it could potentially become, which I think is super interesting to talk about, like in terms of like morals or ethics. But
yeah. So it's interesting because I was also thinking about this, like when Boruto was talking about the worst possible outcome and the Ten Tails being changed, I was thinking to myself, okay, how does he know that? Did he activate Momoshiki's Byakugan to see the outcome of, well, the conclusion of what's going to happen? Because that's the only thing we saw him being able to do towards the end of chapter 75, when he somehow, well, not somehow managed to activate Momoshiki's Byakugan, but it was more so like, it's more so like the Jogan situation where, the Jogan can activate independently of what Boruto, consciously awakening it. It was a similar situation in chapter 75 where Momoshiki's Byakugan just activated independently of what Boruto wanted it to be. I mean, how he wanted to activate it. And so he saw the conclusion of the future and he saw what was going to happen, but he didn't know all the details. And then another thing could be like Cash and Koji maybe telling him about the transformation of the Ten Tails. Who knows? It's interesting, to say the least, of how he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should get Kamui's opinion because you shouldn't speak for him.
Yeah, I agree. Kamui, go ahead, give your opinion.
So why don't you concede?
Concede?
Yeah.
Even though I have the right opinion?
And give him what he wants.
Yeah.
Oh, I have given him what he wants.
But concede is such a funny word. It's such a funny word.
See, but Camcam, but Camcam,
now.
I have given him what he wants.
Oh,
that's not what he wants, you dumb stupid idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
How? Is this not what he wants?
No, you're being vague on purpose.
No, I informed him that the walkie-talkie started stage. That I started stage in the walkie-talkie chat.
No.
I have clarified. I've specified. I've circled it
pictures.
in a red circle.
He wants words, not pictures. Okay? This isn't kindergarten. Use your words.
Wait, Oodie, did you ever answer my question, by the way?
Working on it. Speaking of which,
Okay.
hey, you know what? For further bait, hey, Mello, when did Sasuke consider Naruto a rival?
Poor Mello.
Probably during the I don't know. It's interesting. I would have normally said like the Final Valley.
Yeah.
But I think that's just when he declared it.
That's fair.
I think he started to consider it. I would even argue in like the. Hold on, let me see.
I have a few answers if it helps.
I would say maybe in
Looking
the
at a poll
Forest
here.
of Death.
I
'Cause that's,
agree.
like,
So does Hot Boy, and so did Pregame, and so did Camcam eventually. Yeah. In fact,
Okay.
most people agree with you, actually.
Let me guess. Kamui disagree.
Oh wow! How'd you know? It was a good guess, fellow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kamui disagreed. He said it was
Because
way,
this is how
way
these
too
arguments
early.
usually
Because he
start.
was wrong on that, and instead of conceding, he's gonna be the smaller man, and I'm gonna be the bigger man.
You
Because
guys
I'm
are-
right.
I'm gonna be nice and not say anything.
You guys
about,
are perfect for each other. I swear.
Yes, they are.
Exactly.
I
It's like
agree.
the perfect people found each other to make a podcast.
You know
It
what? While
literally
we're
reminds
at
me of
it, so Mello,
It
if I
reminds me
were
of the gag episode.
if I were to say my favorite part of Naruto is Land of Waves to the tuning exams, what do I mean? In fact, we're not even gonna look at the poll answers. Just freeform.
I don't
just,
know what that means.
Just spit it out. What, off the top of your head, if I said that to you, what do you think that means?
Not any of those answers.
I don't know what
When
the
did
answers are,
Sasuke-
but I guess that means you're me, because that would be my answer. I don't know.
When did Sasuke consider Naruto a rival?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mello. Apparently, Camcam thinks your answer doesn't make sense. So, Camcam, you
Well,
want to
of course
explain
it
why you
doesn't
think
make-
Mello's wrong? Go ahead,
What's
Camcam.
happening?
Since you think
What?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, when I
please.
was looking at that poll earlier today with the when I mean like Land of Waves arc versus or through tuning exams, like what does that mean? I was looking at the answers to the poll and I'm like, none of these make sense.
Okay, so what's your answer, Camcam? What do you think it means?
From the land of we have the Land of Waves arc, and then you have the preliminaries. And then, like, the tuning exams, right? You got the tuning exams, and you got the Forest of Death, like...
Wow,
all that shit,
Camcam, I
you know?
didn't realize the preliminaries were separate from the tuning exams. I didn't realize that was a different thing they were doing outside of the exams, not relative to the exams, not even during the exams. In fact, it's not even in the same arc.
What?
I was just quoting you.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, like, all the answers, I'm like, I was just like, what do I pick? I don't know.
What are the answers?
I can't tell
so-
if they're worded weird or what.
So looking at the
Yeah,
answers,
it's not really specific.
So looking at the answers, you have beginning of series to Itachi arrival. You have the correct answer. You have Team 7 versus Demon Brothers to Gaara defeat. You have Zabuza arrival to Sasuke versus Gaara. And then you have Kamui's wrong answer. And that's about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not how I would.
You said
go about.
if I were to say my favorite part of Naruto is the Land of Waves tuning exams, what do I mean?
Yeah.
You're
The Land of Waves to tuning exams. That's
I
That's
agree.
what you mean. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, that's...
I agree. Yeah. Sounds like all of us except for one person who isn't here is in agreement.
Why not just bring him onto the podcast?
That's a good
Or better
idea.
yet, just go in
That's a
their
great
text.
idea. Hey,
Why not just
Kamui,
go in their
Better
text?
you know what? That's a great idea,
What
guys.
if you type
At
and let 'em know?
Kamui,
Hey, stage has
you
started.
are officially invited onto the podcast. Here, we'll even send him the celebrate emoji.
Blue looks really cute right now. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on my camera.
I miss my blue.
He's just a sweet little guy.
What does T mean? Cam, what is T?
T? What
Yeah,
does T
T.
mean? What?
T.
TIY.
Oh, I said it. Darn it, now I look the fool.
TIY. Oh my. Artificial.
Shut up. So dumb.
What
God
is,
dang it.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is TIY?
Look how cute he is.
I already know he's gonna say, "What's a nickname?" Whatever.
Oh,
Shout out Austin
Oh.
2 times. Second time I'm shouting him out, but you know.
isn't he cute?
So I have another method to get him on the podcast. So
He wants
Camcam,
you that. He wants it.
What?
should we go over a couple of the memes we made a few weeks ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you agree. All right. Perfect. This is the perfect time to do that.
I almost forgot. But first
I
you
could
have to
never
look up Blue
forget.
and say how cute he is.
Ooh, I didn't know you were saying
Blue's cute.
He's a
so.
cute.
So cute. He's sleeping. He's gonna kick in his sleep. Just wait. Just
He's
watch.
a fat doggo.
He might not do it.
He's so
He's a big
chunky.
doggo.
That's so chunky. Chunky monkey.
That dog gonna let out a big fart.
You
My
already
dog always.
did.
Oh
so
yeah,
we're
my.
good.
Oh, my dog always used to do that whenever we sleep.
Yeah, literally. He's the worst. I was taking a video of him and he just let out a huge burp. I'm like, you disgusting mongrel.
Question: Is it silent?
Jeez.
Silent but deadly.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason why I asked that question.
Silent
your,
but deadly. And you least
what-
expect it.
Is your dog burping immoral?
It is. It is. This is vile. I'll be like, you're so cute and right in my face. Just burping. Very immoral.
Have you two finally made up?
Oh, we're working on it.
They are worse than a couple.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're gonna need therapy.
They are worse than a hetero couple. Just saying. This is not hetero. This is not even homo. I'm just saying.
I don't know what this is, bro.
This is a weird bromance.
Jesus.
Tell me I haven't given him what he wanted, Camcam. I'll wait.
I can't read the screen. It's too tiny. I can't see.
Have you started a stage? Yes. Type yes. Just
I want
yes.
some southern
Bro.
fried fish so bad, bro. Holy shit.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
go to the
move
store
for it.
tomorrow. Fry me up some tilapia.
I'm
Bro,
on a
gonna
diet,
move
so
for
I
it.
haven't had fried food in like a month.
I'm gonna
Jesus,
move
how are you
for-
alive? Holy shit.
I'm
Have you-
barely hanging on. Barely. I really
I'm
want some
give me,
French fries.
I'm gonna give me some tilapia with some just like Louisiana fish fry. I'm gonna get some olive oil. I'm gonna fry that bitch up so good. Fry that some bitch up. Some hot sauce and some ranch. Oh man, it's gonna be divine.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm so sad.
So back to the memes, I guess.
This is delish.
So this isn't the meme, but I feel like this is the best
With some hush
starter
puppies.
ever. So Camcam, you say that I have bad memory, right?
Yeah.
So what's this?
And what do you? He doesn't. What doesn't he recall?
I don't care.
It's so dumb.
So Cam,
I need to see the
Camcam-
context.
So I have a bad memory. That's what you're telling me.
I need to see the context, dummy.
So
What is the context?
So, okay, hang on. Let's search really quick for I don't recall. Okay, let's not do that. Anyways, okay, second meme. Now that we've proven Kamui has a worse memory than me.
No, because every other sentence of yours is, I don't know, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's every other sentence of
Which
mine.
we will prove in the JJK stream that you don't
So
know
dumb. Whatever.
shit about fuck. But anyway.
Whatever. See, you think I don't understand JJK? I proved last night. I proved every freaking time that I know JJK. I don't like it because I
No,
don't
bro.
understand it. I understand it,
Bro.
and I don't like it.
No.
I just don't care for it.
Some of the
You
there
think,
were
you
a
think
lot
it's
of inaccuracies.
impossible? No, it wasn't inaccurate. That's the information I
Yes.
have at the time. Give me one inaccuracy.
I'm not gonna say it because we're gonna wait for the stream.
Oh yeah, wow, what a coincidence. Even though you didn't want to wait for stream last night. You just had, you were so adamant that I give you what you wanted last night. Oh, but when it's what I want, when it's what you want, it can't possibly be that because it's always got to be
My needs
against
are
me.
more important than yours. I'm
My
sorry.
needs are your needs right now. The point is that you don't want my needs, which are your needs, so you don't want your needs either.
I don't want your needs at all.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for admitting it. All right. Anyway, so
I'm very selfish.
So
Sorry.
on to the memes, Camcam.
I mean, yeah, I've been waiting.
Okay. So Immortal and Mello, are you two watching my screen?
Yeah.
Let's just say yes. Yeah, sure.
All right. Perfect. So Kamui looks like Jirobo.
Jerome.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah. Look at my screen. He's
What- I like
big
how it-
and he's
what am I
really
looking
fat.
at?
He's fat like Jirobo. Yeah, so especially his hairstyle. So Camcam and Kamui were talking a few weeks ago, and
Sorry,
Camcam
Kamui, I'm sorry.
and Camcam told him that he looks like Jirobo because he does. And so I just wanted to point that out to him. I wanted to prove it. But he's welcome to come
sorry,
on.
I love
you.
He's welcome to come
Bro,
on
I
at
don't-
any time to say otherwise, but unless he doesn't, I think this is clear evidence proof right now that he in fact does indeed look like
Bro.
Jirobo. the fat guy? Yeah, so Kamui is fat is what I'm trying to
No,
say.
Kamui's not fat at all.
You're looking at the picture right now, so I think that's really all the proof that we need.
But there's one more.
There is one more. Yeah, this one's way better in my opinion. So Kamui just looks like a Jirobo. Like there's no way to get around it, right? Like he just does. So
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted to inform everyone of that just to get that off my chest because I've been holding that in for a couple weeks now. So Kamui, in fact, on the Jura scale, on the identifying feature scale, I would put Kamui and Jirobo at minimum twins, but likely identical. Really, he's really like the Shin clones as an example. Is at the very least, I think we have to cut it off at here as the minimum, somewhere on here. So where do you guys put Jirobo and Kamui on the identification scale?
I have tears in my eyes.
100% different.
Mello, what do you think?
Yes.
Okay, Kamui. I hope I'm anticipating your thoughts, Kamui. Since you're fat like Jirobo, and also ugly and stupid and smelly like him too. And unless you come on to clarify otherwise, knowing that you're listening, that means you agree. And I refuse to read any text
What is
messages that
this
you
clout?
said.
Oodie,
What is
bro?
this clout that Jerobo's been getting last several years? Like, where is this coming from?
It's all coming from Oodie.
Oodie. If you
And Kamui, to be fair,
Yeah.
Oodie told me to tell you that you look like Jirobo. Okay?
Well,
I
it's-
don't really think you look like Jirobo. Oodie made me.
It's
He
just
held
because
me
he
at
does.
gunpoint and made me. Okay? He made me do it.
Oh, Camcam, aren't you always the one saying that you're an adult, so you have your own free will?
I don't have my own free will. At this point in time, I did not have my own free will.
So when I allegedly, didn't actually, but apparently said that Sour informed your decision, he influenced your opinion. Oh, I was just such the evil demon devil there, huh?
What?
Yes.
Since independent,
Why does that
strong
imply, like-
woman Camcam has her own unique and original thoughts because she's her own person.
Yes.
Like you can only have free will if you're an adult. Is that? Is that what
That's
implies?
Camcam's thoughts. Oh, also dogs
That's
don't have
funny.
souls, but that's another discussion for another day.
Bro, prove humans got souls first before you move on. Before you move on to the pooches.
Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out here for no
Yeah,
Oodie,
reason other than
Oodie
to
only
insult
cares
her.
about if the pooches have souls or not. So yeah.
See, the better argument there, Camcam, is whether or not, like, insects have soul, or even bacteria,
All you
considering
bring
they're
up
alive.
is dogs, bro. You don't care about insects. You care about the fucking dogs.
You're right, but
Is
that's
it
your
because you have a
argument
favorite
there.
pet that died? Is that why?
Wow, way to make it personal, Camcam.
Just
Jesus,
saying.
that was kind of personal.
Wow,
Dang,
so you
that's
respect
messed up.
Immortal Phoenix's personal opinions, but when it comes to me, my emotions are just on the table for you. I'm just your punching bag now.
What
I'm
about
your voodoo doll.
It's just a dog. Or like, come on.
Just a
What about,
dog.
like,
Okay, I'll remember that next time you want me to look at Blue. Or next time you send me a video.
what
of Blue.
about
I mean, look, if Blue dies, he dies.
Oh my
like,
God.
sorry, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Oh,
man.
so now it's an
Man.
if. Oh, so you're not even prepared. It's not a win. It's an if. Wow, thanks for
But
agreeing
look, I'm
with
gonna
me,
keep
Camcam.
him alive for another 10 years, okay? Like, I have, like,
Oh,
Marcus,
Oh, but you have to be
he stayed alive for
prepared.
16 years because of me,
No,
okay? I'm
no,
just
but you
saying.
have to be
I have poured over
prepared, Camcam.
$1,000 into Blue, okay? To be fair.
wait,
So that
ooh,
the
Thousands of
the
dollars.
moment it collapses, you can just move on because it doesn't matter. It's just a dog after all.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna let a dog
I hate
dying,
Chainsaw
like,
Man,
destroy
sorry.
my heart and soul, okay? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you gotta move
I'm just not
on.
gonna let it.
Before it hits
But
the
I'm
floor.
not getting
Chainsaw
another
Man.
dog
Yeah.
because, like,
My bad, me
dogs are
too.
exhausting, you know?
But Camcam, you can't let it ruin you. It's permanent. You're gonna let those other dogs, like the children, suffer because you haven't moved on?
I'm gonna let the other dogs let the children suffer. What children?
As the you listed children as the example earlier.
What?
During
I don't
that
have children.
discussion that we're referring to, that you know that I'm referring to.
Okay, but that's completely different. Like, what? You're comparing apples to oranges.
I'm sorry that you consider dogs to be that different from humans. What about pigs, considering they share
They
like
are.
99% genetic material as humans?
I would have a pig as a pet. They're cleaner than dogs.
I didn't ask you if
actually.
you'd have a pig as a pet. Do you think pigs have souls?
Jesus.
No.
Okay,
Bro,
we're
there's
moving
soul
on.
in that bacon, bro. That bacon too good not to have a soul, bro. I'm like,
I don't like
dang.
bacon. I like turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon's good, but normal bacon is just, it's divine.
I don't like
It's
pork.
good.
Kind of gross.
It's good, man.
I don't
It's
like
good.
the hammy taste. I don't know. Just
I like, I wish they would come up with an alternative to meat just in general. Because I definitely don't like the consumption of animals. But I ain't trying to live off beans and rice either. So
hey, I'm a Mexican. I can live off beans and rice for the rest of my life. Okay, just saying.
I mean, meat doesn't
If
even
they-
taste
I had
good.
beans
It's
and
really
rice
just
today.
the spices.
if they do pull up with something different, I'm hopping on it quick. But until then, you know.
Like, I had veggie burger. Like, I can eat veggie burgers like all day, every day. You know.
I mean, I can, but like, I don't know.
Or like a plant-based, like you know, patties. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Interesting.
But I don't necessarily eat a whole lot of beef and like pork. I don't eat a whole lot of chicken. Like, I don't eat a whole lot of meat in general. So yeah.
I think I eat a lot of meat actually. I have like meat with every meal. Like a meal without meat to me is like, bro, what's happening? Like, there's something went wrong. Like, I didn't save my money correctly, or somebody misunderstood my order. Like, that's crazy. You know? Like
Okay,
a meal without
unplug
meat.
my mic.
I
Oops.
don't know.
A burger without a patty?
Okay, let me
Bro,
let me go.
burger still?
There
What is this?
Burger
What,
without a
is this
patty.
something new?
See, but Mello, how
That was funny.
how many spoonfuls of
shit.
meat do you eat per day?
Why? I don't know.
On average,
I
I should
don't
say.
eat.
Lots of
I don't.
On
I
average.
don't eat a lot of food. Like when I was younger, I used to be like eat the house, but like now I peck on stuff and like I eat like once a day almost.
It's probably because you wake up at weird hours of the day. Because I find when I wake up at weird hours of the day, I don't eat a whole lot either.
That's the
interesting.
biological clock. You can look into that. That's really interesting of the thing. It's probably another thing that just
I don't like-
passed down.
I don't like feeling full. Like feeling full to me is like a miserable feeling.
Yeah,
It's just it's off to me.
I can feel bloated if I drink too much
Yeah, so
water
I-
at once, but
Plus, like nowadays, if I eat anything, like I'm gonna die of heartburn. Like it's insane. Like if it's not like baked chicken or whatever, um, or like something grilled or something like healthy, it's just awful for me. But
Well, yeah, specifically,
yeah,
if
like
you
this
eat,
fried fish, I'm gonna cook up tomorrow. It's gonna be bad.
if you eat more than 1 tablespoon full of that meat per day, then yeah, you will die of heartburn. But yeah, that's just a health fact for you. But yeah,
Maybe, but
Maybe. That was a big maybe.
But I'm gonna incorporate just moving forwards like a whole lot more vegetables and stuff. Like I'm experimenting with like interesting ways to cook. It looks like cauliflower because I like the California blend, like cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. So I'm like putting like maybe like a little bit of Velveeta cheese sauce in there. It gets all like nice and creamy. It's like really good. I'm trying to like find new ways to enjoy vegetables because I really don't like them at all.
like Camcam was saying, you should try the plant-based things because you can air fry them as well. If you get an air fryer, it's gonna change your life, I swear.
What is an air fryer? Like, what is that? Like,
Yeah, just look
'cause,
up.
like, like we had one and I
They're
had
a
to
pain
put
in the ass
oil
to
in it.
clean, though, is my thing.
No, they're not.
But
For
you still
me,
put
it's
oil in it?
easier than anything.
Olive oil
No,
is
you don't.
great. Don't let people tell you olive oil is bad for you, because it's not bad for you.
It's a fat, but fat is like good for you.
It's a
How does it
good
work
fat.
mechanically, the air fryer?
So you open, like, here's the handle or whatever. You just open it. You put the thing in. You like power it on, and then it just like like it's basically like a toaster oven. Like it's got like the timer
kinda.
on it. It'll beep at you when it's done. It'll turn off automatically.
Oh,
Really easy.
well, I have a toaster oven.
Yeah.
My mom has one of these fancy air fryers that you can put a whole chicken in it and it'll cook it.
Why does it call it an air fryer? What is that? It's like a gimmick?
Well, it's like the
False
same way that like you
advertisement?
fry things with oil, like chicken wings. You just take away the oil, so it's
What are you
healthier.
frying it with?
It's hot heat.
How do you
Air.
fry? So you're just baking it then?
No, because it
Yeah.
is using air. It's like loud too. Not very loud, but like, you know.
Wait. So can I fry fish and get like crispy fish or fried chicken with an air
Yes.
fryer?
Yes. In fact, it has a crispy pad in it, and if you take it out, it'll be less crispy. But you can like dehydrate food as well.
But-
It's really simple and convenient.
How do you
But they
fry
can be
something
a
without
pain in
oil?
the ass to clean is my only thing.
Kind of like this, yeah.
How do you fry without oil though? I don't understand.
If things are a pain in the ass to clean, I don't want it.
But it's
Sorry.
not hard to
Like,
clean at
that's
all.
my only thing.
Why do you say it's hard to clean?
Mm-mm. There's too many parts.
There's
too
two
many you gotta take
parts.
apart,
Yeah,
you
you're right.
clean
There's
it.
too many parts. There's two parts. The
Okay,
amount
one
of
that
parts there is
I'm
is
thinking
two.
of, the one that we like, or at least the one that my mom
Yeah,
has,
that water cloudy as
that
hell.
I've used, like that ones of like we have cooked whole meals in. That thing's got too many fucking parts to it. I'll have to send you a picture because this thing is huge.
I'm going to air fry
Too many
something
parts.
tomorrow and make a YouTube short on the entire process for the whole Walky Talky community.
You've
out there.
shown me.
Okay, I'm gonna show you again because apparently it didn't sink in the first
Mhm.
time.
I'm gonna
That
have to
kid's
show
eyes
you. I'm
blurry.
gonna have to show you the one my mom has.
Jesus.
Okay.
You can
Like,
fit a
can
whole
people
chicken
get-
in there.
Can people get red eyes naturally? You think in the future?
Why?
'Cause I think it looks
Cam,
sick.
he
I saw
cares.
this girl with like the most gorgeous green eyes ever. I was like, what if they're like kind of like crimson?
So
sick.
random. Men have the most randomest thoughts. I swear to God.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, man.
And
wanna
you
hear the
don't.
random thought.
Like, I don't want to hear it.
Not really.
Nonsense. That's confirmation bias right there. But you want to say I have confirmation bias? Okay.
I'm not like. What would it be like to have red eyes? Well, what would it be like to have like cheetah skin? Or what was it? Isn't that one thing Mello asked?
No, it's like it's interesting. Well, because if I asked that, right, depending on like who
Mhm.
you're with, then that would like spark a conversation about like genetic
Right.
engineering and like branch off into something like super interesting. So it's like an
Mhm.
introductory type of thing, but depending on who you're with, then you'll get.
To me, it kind
Why'd
of like.
you ask that, bro?
To me, it kind of comes off as like a ADHD moment, like just like a random thought, you know.
Well, maybe,
What?
but
What the?
it can definitely spark something like deep,
Yeah.
or it couldn't.
Fire, I'm
Right.
looking what?
Right.
Just depend. Who you're
I'm
talking
sorry
to.
that you don't have a large imagination, Camcam. Is what it boils down to.
And to me, genetic engineering is like,
Okay, here, you can, there, leave me alone.
I don't even know what we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes, bro. I'm trying.
You've been being a bit irrelevant. So for starters, Mello, I have many things to
Is
tell
he
you.
boiling
One,
these eggs?
how is green red? Not how it works, but okay. Second, are you 5? How do you not like vegetables? Third,
Wait,
how the
somebody,
fuck
wait, is somebody
air
talking?
fryers?
That's
yeah,
Kyra.
it's Kyra.
Oh, can you repeat everything that you said?
I've forgotten though. Give me a minute. I'll find it. I think I typed it.
Or don't? I don't know. I didn't hear anything that
Oh,
you
yeah.
really said.
There is an alternative to meat, and then I said in the chat there is an alternative. You spaz. It's called corn. Fake meat.
So the idea of this would be like an alternative that was like equally as
It is a
delicious
fucking
and flavorful.
alternative.
Yeah. So yeah, just an alternative. Well, obviously there are meat alternatives, but things that
Oh my
are actually like flavorful and then people would enjoy and be broadly accepted in society. Yeah.
I
That's
wouldn't
more so
know.
like the
I
idea.
don't eat corn.
Was there anything else that you said?
Yeah, I said that. Are you 5? Because how do you not like vegetables?
No,
Also, come from
5-year-olds
English.
don't have deep daddy voices like this. Sorry.
Daddy boys. Oh,
gonna be-
my
the
Lanta.
voice is daddy. Come on now.
Oh, my
But,
Lanta.
Nah. 5-year-olds don't sound as good.
Mello,
But
how old are you?
I'm not really into vegetables. It's not really my
Mello.
thing. A little bitter.
Hunt, how old are you?
I'm sorry.
How old are you?
No, what did you call me before?
I called you a cunt.
Yeah, I'm done with you. So yeah,
Okay,
you're
that's cute.
child.
No shit, and you're on about a daddy voice. What the fuck?
So yeah, anyone else got anything to talk about?
Yeah.
What the fuck's Oodie doing?
I think Kamui is moving me to the audience. Yeah, Kamui's moving me to the
Oh,
That's what's happening here, so yeah, okay, cool, great, yeah. Oh my god. Well, alright, there you go. And just like that. Oh my god. So there you go, Kamui, you're invited to speak. Oh, I've been invited to speak on the Walky Talky podcast. Thank you for inviting me. This is dumb.
what the fuck is? What are you guys doing? What is this?
You're gonna have to
Jesus.
ask Kamui what we're doing, because apparently,
Okay.
Hey, I ended the, or sorry, so you are you gonna start the stage?
Don't know how to do it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, don't worry. I think the compromise is Camcam started the stage.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the stage started. Yes, it did.
Okay. Can get some.
Oh, hey, what's going on, everyone? So welcome to the Walky Talky podcast. So the stage just started. And now we're ready to begin.
Yeah. So What did you want to talk about?
Oh, I have a couple, some intro topics to start. So, Kamui, what are your thoughts on the chapter? What were your chapter ratings?
I thought it was the best chapter of part 2 so far.
Okay,
I gave it a 9 for Boruto.
what do you mean a 9 for Boruto?
Like, relative to Boruto chapters, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Like the thing you were saying.
Like, just within the
I got you.
series itself.
Okay. What about not for Boruto? Just in general, what do you rate it?
I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
That's why I chose for Boruto, because it was the only answer I had.
We could go over some memes. So, Kamui, what do you think of this meme? Oh, I need
Such
to
a
share my
rebel
screen.
meme.
Well, I gotta close it at the YouTube thing.
Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen now.
Yeah,
so,
that's just not me. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, okay. And what about what about that? What do you think about that?
I can't see it. It's too small. Hold on.
Here, I'll zoom in for you. You probably
I probably
forgot
just
this
didn't
happened.
recall. I probably didn't recall the fact that you were so stupid, and it just you reminded me you were that stupid.
Oh, do you recall saying this now?
Yeah,
Oh, really? When did you say it?
but what I just said, when you were being so stupid, I was like, oh, I
but
just
you said
don't
but you said
recall you being that
probably,
stupid.
because probably doesn't imply that you know it.
When did I say probably? Give me the exact
Just
second ago.
now. Okay, it's about 22 seconds ago. Let's go find it on stream.
Okay, so if it's
can't
not
watch them.
exactly
Yes, I can.
22 seconds, would you admit that you misremembered?
Well, 23. Let's see.
Yeah, I
Probably
probably
forgot
just
this
didn't.
happened.
I don't know what he's
recall-
cooking.
Oh, you got it. 23 seconds. You said I probably just didn't recall. 23 seconds ago.
No, but you
really
said 23
22.
seconds. You said 22. So
Well,
you
yeah, but
misremembered.
I said
So
it
that's
as
a point in my
23 for
favor.
the second buffer, of which there was a
Okay.
second buffer, so it was 22
You know
seconds
it's a
ago.
point in my favor. Just take the L. We can move on to conclusions, though.
Okay, let's see here. So what do you think about the fact that Mello agrees with me on the whole rival thing?
Oh, well, most of the stuff. Okay, we have to go back, yeah, because a lot of the stuff you just said completely wrong. So the whole point with the rival thing,
Yeah.
is that it's most obviously a progression. Like Sasuke is more
agree.
of Naruto's rival.
Yeah, so
at
when
the
did he
end of
consider
part
him? When
one
did
than
he
is
start?
beginning.
Yeah, so when's
What
the
I was
progression
saying
start?
is that the earliest I would say it starts would be the Land of Waves.
Okay, that's the
You
earliest.
could argue it starts then.
Yeah, you can
Well,
can
sorry,
argue it. I
you
agree.
could argue earlier.
Yeah, you can.
But,
The thing
like-
is, you were, and not as the earliest. So if that's the earliest, where do you think it started? Where do you, Kamui, consider it as having started? Not the earliest or the latest, not the bounds. Where do you personally consider? What is your opinion on when the rivalry?
I could give
when
an
he
argument
started.
for a lot of places. Like I said,
Yeah,
for
you
example,
can
when
do that.
Sasuke's-
You can.
Yeah.
I can give an argument for a lot of places too.
That means I have a vague sense of opinion. So that's why I feel like I should argue for different places. So for the Land of Waves, the point is when they're doing the tree climbing, Sasuke is noticeably concerned about Naruto catching up to him. That's a sign of you considering someone as a rival. Like, you care about their progress relative
So
to
it's a
yours.
sign now. That's all it
Yes.
is, just a sign. Okay, cool.
Yes, and
Glad-
also
glad, I agree.
they
Yeah.
compete with each other specifically, even in stupid things like how much food they can eat. Again, that's something like it's like a Kakashi
So is that
guy
something
rivalry
only
thing.
rivals do? Only rivals can compete in something silly like eating food?
I mean, it depends on the actual definition of rival. Let's look
do you
it
know
up.
the actual definition of rival?
Nope.
Also, you're arguing something you haven't known the entire time. Concession accepted.
I
Argument
did
from
give the
ignorance.
definition, I think, last stream. So
Okay, so
See,
Oodie,
oh, that
then you
proves
just
that
are wrong, then,
Kamui
because-
has a bad memory. He didn't
think-
recall that.
I think.
Well, I could
didn't
just
recall it.
not know it. I could just not comprehend Camcam's words, so that's not proof. So
Oh,
anyway,
so when
the
I don't know
definition
something, it's
says
not because I don't know.
a
It's just because I
person-
forgot it.
The definition says a
So I know
person or
everything.
thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority.
Oh.
So they are in fact rivals for competing.
Good thing the
Actually,
question
yes.
wasn't the
In the Land of
definition.
Waves, they
It
are
was
by definition rivals.
Yeah, by definition, but
Like-
Sasuke isn't considering it by definition. It's Sasuke's opinion, not
Is
the
he
definition's
considering
opinion.
it a competition? The answer is yes. Therefore, they're rivals.
No, because I'm saying Sasuke's consideration might not be the definition. Sasuke could have his own definition of what a rival means to him.
Okay, prove what his definition is. The default assumption would be
Not
the
my
standard
burden.
definition. Yeah, it is. The default
No, we just don't
assumption
know. We
would
just
be-
don't. Can you prove that?
That's how it works.
No, it isn't. Can you prove that's how it works?
Can you prove it's not how it works? You said it
We're moving
doesn't
on.
work.
Because I'm
Yeah,
using the
I
mic from last
yeah.
stream because it's more convenient.
Yeah, I was last stream.
I don't think I can change it midstream.
And I don't know what you're referring to.
I don't want to risk changing it midstream.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Oodie, I can't hear whatever they're talking about. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
don't have
hear
to-
it, but
Listening
like,
back, I couldn't hear it, but it was.
It sounds like somebody on like a
slightly
walkie-talkie, trying to like use it or
Hey,
something.
there you go. Perfect.
But
Yeah.
my only. Well, yeah, there you go.
I'll
Walkie-talkie.
turn
Well, I
my
guess so.
suppression
That's
level
poetic.
up.
So
My only point was though, like just because that's just my process. That doesn't mean that my process is correct. But I like, but for me to like build, it sounds like the foundation of everything is built on, like you just saying that this is like, what if this is the case? And I think that's valid. But for me, I just could never do that. I couldn't
But-
pull the trigger on
so-
that theory.
So when you put like your theories together, right? So with this theory, we have like multiple points. So we bring up this. I would get the point if it's like someone came on and say, "Oh, this is the case," and then there's no justification for why you think it is. When you're making a theory, you provide justification for your points. So if I say, "Okay, cool, I think Kawaki is Jura is Kawaki," and then I don't substantiate why I think that's the case, which is why it's a theory, then, it's kind of weird. Like, you're just saying stuff. But if I follow that up and say, okay, cool, mannerisms, this is something, it goes back, to the Moegi thing. A lot of people are saying, oh, Moegi was Delta, Moegi was some other person, I remember. But then the story was obviously indicating that Moegi was, not Moegi, Matsuri was Moegi, So it's like that. You look at what the story is saying, you bring up multiple points. So I think that's how you do it. You compare, like, look in the past, renegades were shown to, have the ability to absorb chakra, some of them. So that's where you come back and say, okay, cool, this is possible. This isn't just like a random thing you're saying. You're going back into the series and say, okay, cool, renegades sometimes had the ability to absorb chakra. So that's basically justification you're using to say, okay, maybe this cloud rhyme and this you're looking at it like this, right? This cloud rhyme, out of every other cloud rhyme, the only cloud rhyme showed just magically popped up a renegade and started to speak, held on to Kawaki. Then you're reading the subsequent chapters. Ada is theorizing that, oh, maybe they just need to take the chakra. And you're like thinking, that's how you theorize and you put things together. So maybe the author is kind of like putting hints here and say, okay, cool, this might be where this is leading. Of course, it isn't fact, but you're justifying why you believe that is the case. So I think that's how you do theories. You make the claim, then you substantiate why you think it is. Because if it was a fact, I wouldn't need to theorize. I just come on and say, oh, here's a panel stating this, and I just move on,
So again, I think you doing that is valid. And I never mentioned any other points, just the one point that seems to be like the foundation of it all. But I'm just saying, like, because I was interested in, like, you guys' process, which you just explained yours in particular. But I don't know. I would never feel comfortable forming the entire premise, like the entire idea of my theory on like the foundation of like, because like for me, like when I think about it, I'm like, okay, well, Rinnegan in the past have had the ability to absorb chakra, but I also know that the Rinnegans are different depending on like who has it. I've seen like different variants of it. So like, okay, well, how do I know this one can do the same thing? Well, I don't. Okay, well, since I don't know, I'm not like, it's void. It's gone to me. Like I can't even use it anymore. Like that idea of that Rinnegan absorbing something until I get some type of something alluding to it. Even if it's just alluding to it, then I can have something to work with. Okay, well, okay, now I can kind of form this in. But other than that, it's just like it's like a what if type of thing.
Yeah,
which is fine. Like I said, it's definitely a theory. It's just it's not a strong theory to me.
Mello, out of curiosity,
for me at least, the
oh,
two things I would look at is it wasn't really implied that he was doing it, which I think they would have. But more importantly, I want to ask before I give you my answer to the question: how do you think Kido, if he did in fact absorb its chakra, how do you think it ended up like on a different claw grime or the
Think-
Tentacles main body or whatever?
Think
Because
about
that
it.
claw grime did die.
Think about it. Think about the Clawgrams that turned into a tree. How did the Tentacles get Sasuke's chakra? How did the Tentacles get Moegi's chakra?
Well,
The Clawgram
the-
didn't travel back to it. The Clawgram just
Yeah.
turned into a tree. So there's obviously a mechanism by which the Clawgrams send back the chakra to a different dimension to the Tentacles. And I think it's obviously through the claw marks, right? The claw marks, they're able to like, jump like instantaneously through the marks to different dimensions. It isn't insane to say they can like transmit chakra. We saw something similar to like similar when Kaguya did the Infinite Tsukunomi in Naruto. Like she literally summoned the chakra from the Infinite Tsukunomi, people stuck within the Infinite Tsukunomi from Earth to a different dimension and absorbed it. I don't know how she did it, wasn't explained, but she did it, So those are some things you can look at to just say, yeah,
So that's one of the
obviously
ways I
what's
would have
going on there.
explained it. The other way, which I thought was more funny but also cooler, is if the main body of the Tentacles actually was just sending its own Renegon eye through the claw mark onto that one. So that was the
that's
other
a
way
good
I
one.
thought of that.
That's
That
a
was
good
Code
one.
found a
because
way
Code
to
does
mass
that.
distribute
Code does
the.
that in Chapter 72. So what if the Tentacles just did the same thing?
Yeah, I think that would make sense as well.
My question is like, did Code know that he could, distribute the break down the Tentacles into smaller pieces beforehand before he got his limbers removed?
I
Because it
Probably.
think
seems
he
like he
probably
just
did.
I don't think he
Yeah.
enlightened him. I think he
Well,
just couldn't
it's
do
more-
it.
I think
just went and did it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think he just
he
couldn't
went
do
on-
it and didn't care to do it
I
until
think he could do it. He just
he
didn't
it's
care
got
to
his
like,
do
limbers
it.
removed.
But
Because he
here's
didn't
the
know
thing.
he could do it.
Wait,
when he
here's
went
the
to
thing.
explain like what he was doing to Bug, like it seems like he couldn't do it prior because he was limited, right? So it
But
seems like
when
he
he-
had like an idea about like what to do. Like there's nothing indicating that he was coming up with the idea on the fly. Like
Pretty
it
much.
seems like he took into consideration his prior state that he was in, which was limited. So I think this is something that was at least from my interpretation, this is something that he was like cooking up.
Yeah,
I think so,
because
too.
like it's like he knew what he needed. Like he knew what to do the moment he got his limiters removed. Like he immediately went to Jigen's dimension and started splitting up the Tentacles. And I'm like, could he? He knew. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look into the series, like when would he have had time to even like ponder on it? Like after getting unlimited, then when he did the act itself, there's really no time to like really think about it or any indicators of anything like that. So I would say probably prior to that, he had like an idea.
There was also no
about it.
reason to do it because beforehand he thought he was just gonna beat them up, beat them to the Tentacles, grow a divine tree. The only reason he does it is because that wasn't an option because Damon was there and he was too
Damon
strong.
did
So we
both.
needed to use the Tentacles for the sake of battle. That's essentially how that happened.
Yeah. But
So,
y'all ever think about like how strong this Tentacles is? Because I'm like looking into it, and I'm thinking like this Tentacles is actually pretty powerful. Because like we understand that code, like he's inserted Shiki's chakra into the Tentacles and whatever have not. He broke it up into like 1,000, more than 1,000 by the way. But these guys
Well
are
over
still
1,000
pretty,
according to
yeah.
him.
And it was like literally just like two, like it did put a lot of like claw marks. But I'm like, bro, like you're separating the power that many times, right? It's like Naruto creating like 1 billion shadow clones. Like each shadow clone is gonna have like a small amount of chakra. But but these beings, we have these guys being like somewhat relative to this Boruto, who I think is above unlimited code while he has his karma seal. So it's kind of insane. Like this Tentacles power just like, I don't know, maybe it just mutated or something, or this Tentacles just like really strong, stronger than the one in Naruto just by being itself. I don't know.
I think
it
it's
could just be both too.
I think that's probably the answer. I think it just mutated, and that's like it's like X-Men, right? Like there's certain X-Men who have like reality warping abilities. Well, how the fuck did you get that? Versus like some dude who can pop his like bone claws. Like what's the difference there? Well, it's just like the mutation it varied. So yeah, I think it's probably just some mutation.
I think
mean, it definitely did mutate. It's just a question of was it all so strong to begin with?
My thing is like when Code was splitting up the Tentacles, I'm just wondering, okay, was there any mystical properties within the claw marks that could have caused all this? Because they did say Code was the
Yeah,
one who
his
created
blood.
them.
It is a Shin.
So
Mhm.
yeah, and also yeah,
It's
Yeah,
his blood.
it's-
That's what's important.
When
He's
we say
giving
mystical,
them
is that
his chakra and
No.
blood. So he's integrating his living cells in his
Magic.
chakra into them. And as we've noticed, the Ten-Tails possessing chakra has affected them to some degree. And so if Toad does it too, it's probably going to do the same thing.
because the Ten-Tails in of itself isn't like sentient. So now you're putting life into something that isn't sentient, and it's
That being said, though,
yeah.
Well, it's sentient, but I know what you mean.
they do technically eat a living being in an Atsuki, and it doesn't just do that. So why it's so unique in Code's case, that's kind of up in the
It's
air.
like, but it's somewhat. It happened in. I think I mentioned this before, but it happened in Naruto as well. The Ten-Tails gained sentience by merging with Kaguya. Well, somewhat.
Also with Obito, you could say, because he starts saying Obito. It's not like we ever heard it speak English before.
Well, that's not sentience though.
Yeah, even
I
when
think
like
it was already alive. Like it's
but
already
even-
sentient.
well, sentient and isn't there
Yeah.
like a difference between being sentient and being
Conscience,
conscious?
Yes.
Yeah,
like being
Mhm.
aware. I would say having self-awareness, or
Sure.
yeah,
That's
pretty
fine.
much.
Yeah,
They
no, the
literally said that's
specifics.
what they gained, you know.
Yeah.
Self-awareness. So like the Kaguya merged the Ten-Tails. Black Zetsu confirmed like like her will she basically imprinted that's crazy, imprinted her will onto the Ten-Tails, and it just did what she wanted it to do, right? Then we saw it speak to Mother in the war and all that jazz. So what Code is doing here isn't really anything new. It's just like reached its like end. I think if the Ten-Tails in Naruto remained, it would have like reached this state as well.
I think like if you're scaling the Ten-Tails, I think a lot of people have they form like an assumption on how powerful the Ten-Tails actually was without actually knowing a lot about it. Because it could be the case that there's like a history there that would actually explain how powerful it is. But absent of that, people kind of like make stuff up. And I think the kind of place people settled in on was that it wasn't really all that strong.
Yes.
And yeah.
You know, all this is kind of taking
If
a
I had
play.
to guess, this is just a random guess based on visual appearances, but I'd assume this one is similar to the one in the Warwick when it first was brought back, where it was in the blob stage and not the humanoidish stage. Probably similar to the blob from the Warwick. You know, maybe it's weaker, maybe it's stronger. It's probably somewhat similar.
Ironically, it seems like they couldn't take it down. Like if Obito never absorbed it, if there never was a Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, that Ten-Tails probably would have just destroyed the world.
Terrifying.
I don't know. Hashirama's
It's
deity
so
gains did the
weird.
trick.
Nah, bro, the
If the
Ten-Tails,
Ten-
it's so weird. The Ten-Tails is so strong. Like I was reading the war arc today because I was looking to do like a theory and so on. So I went back to when the Ten-Tails was just like brought back, right? And you have Naruto like sensing the Ten-Tails, and bro literally went into Sage mode. I was like, yo, Kuma is like, yo, bro, you probably don't want to do that, man. And bro did it, and Naruto's like falling into this great abyss. He's like this immense amount of chakra. He couldn't even like fathom it. He started to sweat immediately. So it's like that's the amount of power that it's like immeasurable, the amount of chakra it has. And one thing that's interesting is that Korma said like Korma said the Ten-Tails is like its entire being is just natural energy. That's all it is, just a giant clump of natural energy. It isn't anything else, just energy itself in physical form. And it's similar to how like the tail beasts themselves, like they can take a physical form, but at their core they're just like chakra. It's the same thing with Ten-Tails, but it's just natural energy. So I think that part is very interesting. And of course, I think Mitsuki will play a very important part since, like the Ten-Tails is vulnerable to like sage chakra and so on because it uses natural energy. So
Do
I
you
think
think
that
they're
will
gonna? Do you think they're gonna retcon natural energy to just be like another form of chakra?
Well, they
actually
sounds like they did with the Rasengan Uzuhiko, not gonna lie, but
I
I don't know.
think
No,
we
they
never. Yeah.
I think it's just I think chakra is it's just like a word to me. Like it's just like a word they use to describe things. So they it's really just energy at the end of the day. So I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Probably.
Because
Yeah.
I was thinking about that scene too. I actually got some screenshots about it. It looked like when Naruto was sensing the energy of the Ten Tails, they were like planets. Were those like worlds?
That's I don't even know. I
I
don't know
think
what that
that's
was.
Could it be
to.
like
I'm thinking
his?
about like
I
I'm
think
pretty
that's
sure
just
it
to
was just
emphasize the
hold
size.
on.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
more
sure
like
it
a
was just a
metaphor.
diagram of like. Yeah,
Mm.
hold on. I think it was like a diagram of just
The-
mental,
the
physical,
art.
and spiritual energy. So let me look.
is that what that was?
Because it's like a cosmic
I don't
element.
know
Because like
what
the
it was,
universe is
but
big, so it's like a universe
exactly,
amount of
yeah.
chakra.
Maybe
It's my interpretation.
Like showing like the void of universe itself.
like
It
pretty
could
much
be that.
every
Like I don't think they were
world it
hinting at
destroyed.
Shivai's dimension or anything.
I think
No,
what Code is that I think what Oodie is saying, like, it's just like for the audience to visualize what it's
Yeah.
trying to say. It's so immense. It's like showing it in the form of like the universe itself. It's just trying to like a visual
Because
like
Naruto also didn't
indication of
literally
what it's
see
trying to
would
it.
it
say.
He
look
just felt it.
Oh,
what
Yeah.
what it looked like to me was like there's like a big ass planet and then like 3 other planets orbiting around it.
Planetary Rasengan.
It was weird. And then you get like to Uzuhiko, like the chakra of a world. I don't know. It's just something interesting I was thinking about.
yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
felt like
I
the
get what you're saying.
Uzuhiko explanation sounds like he's saying chakra of the world, which normally was nature energy. I won't definitively say it's like a retcon, but it does kind of feel like it.
World should have chakra.
I think it's
It
time
could
to start
be.
Makes
retconning some
sense.
shit, bro. I'm fine
Oh,
with
they
it.
have
They literally-
retcons a lot of shit like Shinjutsu and stuff. So like,
I think
You
they
know,
literally said that the Ten Tails chakra, like, well, I think when the sensory unit was also gauging at the Ten Tails chakra, they said this is impossible. Look, the sensing sphere, it's like it's becoming its own planet. Like, oh goodness.
yeah, I remember that.
gracious.
They did say that.
Yeah.
They did say that.
Well, for the Ten Tails?
Yeah, when the Ten Tails was like charging up and stuff.
Oh, when it was charging up its
Yeah,
tail
they
beast
showed the
ball?
spirit like it like shifted like it had like a BBL like on one
Mhm.
side, and then the other side was very small. So that's basically what they're showing.
Ah,
But you're right. Yeah, I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
yeah.
It's interesting as hell, man.
Well,
Wait, hold
I-
on. In the
No, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
I was about to say, going back to the picture, I think I see another Kurama in this picture. While Naruto is sensing
Yeah.
the Ten Tails energy. Is that Yin Kurama or
Nah, I think they're just showing basically what Udo was saying before. It's just like showing like visually showing like Kurama is so like
Yeah.
small in comparison to
Bro,
the
you're
Ten Tails
Oh.
massive.
ass, bro.
oh yeah,
Holy
My-
shit, Oodie.
My
Huh?
oh,
No,
Oodie.
that's Oodie.
Oodie.
What
Your mic is spazzing, bro.
is it?
Can nobody else hear that?
Yeah, I heard
I
that. He was
can't.
staticky.
You guys
Nah,
just like
Is it on
I was like,
stream?
are you guys ignoring that or is
No, I can
No.
hear it, but it's like not
I'm
bothering
not
me
hearing
too much.
anything,
Stream,
but
can you hear
might
it?
be
Like,
I can't hear it
Stream, what
either.
do you want me to do?
My
Stream.
like my ears are sensitive to things like that, but like it wasn't
But-
bothering me too much.
it's like a loud whistle, like a
Oh,
loud.
so your ears must be extra sensitive to like electrical sounds.
Wait, am I being gaslit here? Like nobody hears it the way I hear. That's crazy. What the fuck? Like I'm going crazy.
No.
Like, bro, what?
No, like
I should turn
okay,
Oodie up just to
Mello,
hear it.
when yeah, no, Mello, it's not that loud.
Mello, do you hear Yanni or Laurel?
I'm not
Fuck.
hearing. I'm not hearing anything at all.
Is the
so-
dress
not
gold or
answering that
blue?
question. Wait, shut up. Shut your
Me-
filthy mouth, okay?
Oh, I
Mello,
have-
so like when people plug in like certain chargers, can you like hear them from across the room and you have to like go unplug it?
Wait. This is not some like mystical, magical ADHD magic black man thing, okay? Listen. I am hearing a high screech sound, okay?
She does this
No,
all the
because
time,
there are some
Mello.
chargers that I have to. No, there are some chargers I have to throw away because like the high pitched like squeaking noise will like get to me, and I'm just throwing it away. I can't handle it.
Nah, don't
Yeah,
listen to her. She's
do
the
you guys hear
master
this?
manipulator. Apparently, I have
No,
dementia, autism. I
It's
have
probably your,
facial
headset.
blindness,
No.
daily amnesia.
I'm
I
not
have it
hearing
all,
anything.
apparently.
But yeah, I can hear it, but it's just not super loud.
Or maybe I have Ood turned down. I don't know. Probably.
I mean, Oodie is quiet on mine.
Nah,
But-
he's the same. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
I guess so. Such is life. Fuck it.
I had so
Yeah,
many
but
things to
like
say, but I forgot now.
Kidomaki said, it might just be your headset too, Mello. Like you're just more picking them up more.
Okay, a couple things going back
He's
to
actually
Lucky
just
you.
Naruto. I
volume
guess.
cranked way up.
Lucky you.
So something interesting when
Copy
scaling the
layer stuff.
10 tails, we know that the one from
Layer.
Naruto had immeasurable nature energy. We only know that because we got that scene with Sage Mode Naruto looking at that. We don't know whether or not the Boruto 10 tails has nature energy. It could have more, it could have the same, it could have less. The one from Naruto could just be because it was on Earth, or because it was so much older, whereas this one's a juvenile in Boruto, or it could just be an aspect of 10 tails when they come into existence in the first place. We don't know why it had natural energy, we don't know how much it had, other than just immeasurable, and we just don't know compared to other 10 tails what that looks like. So there's no possible way in my mind to scale it based on the amount of nature energy it has. So you just have to look at
Even
other things.
then,
Yeah.
Even then, it's kind of weird because in Naruto, when was it Obito or was it? I don't remember who it was, but they were like explaining the 10 tails. No, it was Kurama. It was yeah, whatever. But they basically said the 10 tails created the planet.
Yeah.
So but it's so weird because they said the 10 tails created the planet, and then they said that the 10 tails shaped the planet and fed off the seas and oceans and absorbed it. So I'm like, the 10 tails just created the planet to like consume it again. You know, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Here's
But I don't
two
know.
more aspects
I don't
that
know
we
how
also
that
have to
went.
consider. The 10 tails in Naruto wasn't complete.
No, Kidomaki, I think it's actually you.
Oh, it's me?
Now
Bro,
I
what do
can't. I think it's you. I
What
feel
do
like
you
when you
have
were talking,
against
I
this
could hear
man?
it.
Oh, that's no, that's not him because it was happening before he ever got here.
No, I feel like it. I feel like it's coming from Kidomaki.
Camcam's not
Yeah, that's
someone
I
that can
don't
be
know.
convinced.
You are biased against this man, bro.
Kidomaki, I'm just gonna lick your ass. Okay, go away.
No, I have like voice isolation, so I don't think so.
I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but yeah.
But when
it's like-
Ood isn't speaking, his mic is still glowing green, so I
Yeah.
think it's Ood.
Yeah, that's the
I don't think
thing.
that's electrical noises. I think that's just because I have my fan on.
Just
See, you need to
Is it a
enable.
squeaky
I have my
fan?
fan
The
on,
thing-
but I have voice
know.
I'm
isolation,
pretty.
so
I
you're
should
not
have
hearing
voice
it.
isolation on. At the very least, I have it on stream. I'll just double check whether or not I have it on Discord.
it sounds like a glitch or something. Like there's like a short or
There's some
something.
video. I think it's at the very
I don't
bottom,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
noise
know. He's
suppression
always
standard. I'll
breaking
change it
things
to
and dropping
Chris.
things on stream. so,
Whatever.
like-
That's a different freaking mic.
Wait,
I don't want to hear it. There's a dip better now. In
Kamui,
fact,
do you
everyone be
think,
quiet and let's see
What?
what it sounds like.
Whoa. God off.
Now it's not going to happen.
I mean, it looks good. Like I'm not even going green.
Oh, that's.
No, you-
I guess.
No, you
Nah,
are.
you're still
No, that's
going
when
you're
I.
green.
still
That's
going
when I
green.
moved. That's when I moved.
I guess he just
Damn,
over there
that's
moving the
sensitive.
whole
That's
time.
really
Exactly.
sensitive, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm very active. I'm
Yeah.
always moving around on stream.
He just gonna be on podcast twerking the
Bro,
whole time.
I'm moving all the time
Just
in
the
my
Walky
chair.
Talky
Like,
podcast.
Okay, you don't have
I
your
think it's just a
microphone on your
software.
chair as you move around on it. Your microphone
that's
isn't
true.
rubbing your shoulder essentially the whole time.
That's
Why's your microphone
crazy.
on your
Why is-
chair?
Because he likes to sit on his bed while he's.
Lay
Wait.
down. Yeah.
What?
So
It doesn't matter. Moving. Okay, so back to the Naruto 10 tails. So the thing
Wait,
that's
He has
Go ahead,
interesting about
question for you.
this.
ADHD.
Wait, Mello,
Okay.
what were you gonna ask me?
Oh yeah.
I had a question for you. When you talking about like the what was that you talking about the lore of like the Ten Tails creating the planet or something?
Yeah.
Do you think because I feel like there was some stuff that happened. Like maybe I'm misremembering the lore or whatever, but I'm pretty sure like Kaguya ended humanity, right? And then she like brought them back at some point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she placed the entire planet under infinite Tsukunomi, then she let out some of them, not everyone. So some people are still left, which are the humans Hagoromo and Hamura found later on. So she basically said, oh, and I don't think it was out of the goodness of her heart or anything. Like, she's like, tell you what, if I let the entire planet like die right now, then there's not gonna be anyone to reproduce and create more chakra. So based on the backstory shown with Hagoromo, she was still sending people because we saw that the ritual she did, she was still sending people to the 10 tails to be absorbed. But she was very smart, so she's like, you know what, I'm gonna like let out some of you guys so you guys can continue reproducing and give me more chakra to give to the 10 tails. So I think that's what she did. And she wiped their memories as well, so they didn't remember.
Was there like a period of time between when she ensnared them and when she freed them? Do you know?
No, it wasn't said in the show. So
Okay. So I'm thinking maybe
That part
maybe
is also
it
in
did
that
create
anime
something.
filler arc, by the way. That's not in the manga.
Naruto
They have to just
explained.
take it at face value.
Naruto explained the person who came with the source that said Kishimoto helped write that art wasn't reliable, or at least they're hit and miss. Sometimes they're reliable, sometimes they're not. So we don't know whether or not Kishimoto actually did. You can say he did because one of the leakers said it, but that leaker apparently isn't reliable. We'll hear what he has to say when he comes on, but yeah. That's very interesting.
I would say like I feel like I would lean towards saying that he did, since it's like
Yeah.
the big ass antagonist. So
Agreed.
it would be kind of
Yeah, but the
weird if he
problem
didn't.
is in that general arc, there's a lot of contradictions. Like, for example, the manga states, as well as the data book, that Kaguya merged with the Divine Tree to become the Ten Tails. Whereas in that filler episode, the Divine Tree just became the Ten Tails.
I mean, to be fair, I think that's fine, because even if there's contradictions, there's allowed to be contradictions. In fact, Kishimoto is allowed to contradict his own series.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, like,
when was the data book made and when was the episode made? I guess that's what determines this.
Like,
but I think one thing to point out is it didn't show everything. So we did see a point where the 10 tails came out, but, like, we didn't see the entire thing. So it's not really a contradiction, it could have happened still, that she did merge with the 10 tails. So yeah.
No, but we see her separate with, like, in the episode, she's separate.
I mean, like, she could merge and like let it out. So that's what I mean. Like, we didn't see everything, so it could be that she did merge and then let the 10 tails out. Like, she merged later on, then let it out. Like how Naruto can let out. Like, even Obito, he let out half of the 10. That was so weird. He literally split the 10 tails in half, let out half to become the Divine Tree, and still had half within him. So I don't know. It's weird.
Then Madara put it back in, and it was a big deal, even though it didn't matter for Obito. He like got rid of it.
Exactly. I'm saying, bro. I don't know.
Well, I just like the anime is just a different continuity than the manga. So like, I wouldn't try to like put stuff that's confirmed for the manga in the anime unless it's adapted, like straight up. That's just how I wouldn't do it. It's just a different continuity. It's the same thing with the Boruto.
Is it for Boruto? Is it for Naruto? I know it's confirmed that it's a different continuity for Boruto. Was that the same for Naruto?
I mean, that stuff with Kaguya, like, there's just shit in there that just didn't happen in the manga.
Interestingly
so I think
enough,
that, like, that definitively makes it a different continuity.
One of the authors of one of the novels stated that essentially, however you enjoy the series properly is the canon. So if you take the novels,
that's nonsense.
Then yeah, if
that's
you don't,
nonsense.
then it's not. It's not.
That's nonsense. So when I saw that tweet, I'm like, bro, shush.
You have that tweet? I can show it really quick.
Shush. I remember, but I don't have it. But
okay,
that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, how do you guys like define like canon?
I think canon is everything is canon.
Yeah.
Every single thing is canon, but not everything is canon to the same continuity. So people say, "Oh, the Drogon isn't canon." Obviously it's canon. It exists. It's canon. Yeah. It's in canon. It's canon to the anime, and it's canon to the novels as well. The Drogon is mentioned multiple times. It's just not canon to the manga. So different continuities.
I think that's probably like the healthiest way to look at it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like people obsess too much with the manga shit. Like if it's not in the manga, it's not canon. It's like it's just not canon to the manga.
Yeah, like,
and especially
sounds like caveman logic.
People want to say filler doesn't happen because it's filler. When filler itself, look at the word. It fills in everything in between. Filler doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Everything is filler. Like, but would you consider like I could be crazy and say, okay, cool. Is like the extra fight scenes filler? Like most of Naruto versus Sasuke is filler. It wasn't in the manga, but people still use those feats.
I always
if you adapted it like verbatim, you would literally just it wouldn't even be anime. Like there'd be no way to do the fight.
As a matter of fact, Keto, I did the math. I forget the exact math, so I'm just gonna say generally off the top of my head what I think it is, just randomly. So assuming there's like 24 pages per Naruto chapter, that's already wrong. I think it's like 15 or 16, whatever. Assuming there's like 196 panels.
It's 15 or 16.
Okay, let's assume there's like 6 panels per page. Let's assume there's like 196 panels. If you put 1 frame of animation per panel, you have 6-second episodes.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh my god. Oh, really?
Like they're literally. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's asking for a direct adaptation, but like if they were to do that, it would be an impossible feat for the anime to even accomplish.
And they wouldn't want it.
It would just be the manga.
Yeah.
What it would be.
Just fucking read the manga.
Like, people are mad there's differences between the anime and manga. I'm glad. We already have the manga. Give me something new. That's why I prefer filler. It's an original story. I haven't seen it before.
That's why I draw a distinction between the two content or the continuities in general and just call it a day. So like when people whine and bitch in the comment section, it's like, well, I made it clear I'm talking about the anime continuity, so you ain't got nothing to say. But yeah, as long as you do that, you should be fine.
Here's a random question I thought about from the previous conversation. Do we think Kaguya's corpse is still in the moon, or do you think it became Madara? Essentially, do you think Kaguya's corpse is in the moon, or do you think it was in the Ten Tails?
Well, I'm going to give you my personal answer, which is neither. I don't think she has a corpse. I think that her soul took over Madara's body, so that like her form took over his body, and essentially when it was ripped out, there is no body. Her body is the ghetto statue, essentially. Like her body became the Ten Tails.
Well, I mean,
Kamui,
like before.
Kamui, doesn't that prove the point though?
Before she's
It
revived.
validates the anime that she merged with the Ten Tails.
Well, no, but that's separate from the arc, the backstory arc.
No, I mean like because the point was that like it showed in anime that she merged with the Ten Tails and stuff.
No, it doesn't show that. It just shows the divine tree turning to the Ten Tails.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well, specifically, Keto, the reason I think that doesn't make sense is because they sealed Kaguya separate from the Ten Tails. There was no connection between Kaguya and the Ten Tails. The Ten Tails was still on Earth. And so, later on, when Madara absorbs the Ten Tails, that should have no connection to Kaguya. Her corpse should still be in the moon. The only way you could see it is Zetsu was actually just a Karmasu.
That's for the anime. But as far as the manga goes, in the manga, Kaguya is the Ten Tails. Her body became a beast.
Which makes sense.
She literally turned into the ghetto statue, which is weird, which means she should still be alive because they literally stated that once you have the ghetto statue, you'll just live forever, bro. Like, it literally says like it will just sustain you.
But didn't she say that though? Like I'm immortal. I think she said that.
Well, I think Keto, the property goes to Chakra.
Oodie.
Yeah.
Someone in the YouTube chat said they could hear it too.
Oh god.
That it sounds like a fire alarm.
That's such cap. A fire alarm. They don't know what a fire alarm sounds like. Then
it happens like super quick. It's like, and then it'll go away. But it's like hella loud and high pitched.
It's even funnier.
Okay, I'll just stop using this mic then from now on. I can't stop using it midstream because I'm worried.
Well, I don't know if it's you, Oodie, to be sure, but it might be. But I don't know.
Okay.
But it's somebody.
There's one thing I found when I read the because I was looking at the Ten Tails and stuff. I don't know, it popped up in my mind about like Momoshiki, right? We know Momoshiki is missing from Boruto. And the funny thing about this is that there's so many ways in Naruto that they could have gotten rid of Momoshiki, but they just ignored them. And I went back and I read the Kinkaku and Ginkaku fight, right? They have like, the sealing things that they use to like seal away Ginkaku. You use the rope, you touch him, you speak the word, you cut it, then seal it into the ground stuff. But I see people mention that, but the thing with that is that that's not a contradiction because people forget that Dari sealed Kinkaku into the jar with the rope, and he literally says that the sealing jutsu is basically useless because without the rope, they can't like get you to speak. So that's completely useless, right? But then you have the what's it called again? The growth of
Amber.
life, amber life shit that
There's
the
the
right
other one
is
that you
Amber
just
Amber
mentioned.
purification
purifying
pot.
pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally like Madara spat that shit out, right? And it landed on like a guy and 10-10
Yeah.
took it. It's literally in 10-10 shot, bro. And
Yeah.
all they have to do is call Momoshiki, he answers, and it just absorbs his soul. I guess you could say, you know, maybe it wouldn't work that way. I don't know. But if you look at the war, they like how they sealed Ginkaku was literally like Ino like taking control of his mind and answering for him, right? And it just took Ginkaku because he answered. So I guess you could say like,
Well, no, Ino was
if
going
Momoshi-
to, but she undid the mind transfer so that she didn't get sealed.
yeah, because his entire body was getting sucked up. So I guess you could
Yeah.
say, you know, maybe if Momoshiki spoke through Boruto's voice, it would just absorb Boruto. But it
It
doesn't
might
make
bring
sense
Boruto
since
with them. It's tough to say.
yeah, but it's kind of weird since I don't know. Like if
Well,
Boruto doesn't
Momoshiki-
answer,
Boruto
it's
would go
Boruto's
too.
body, right? It's Boruto's
Momoshiki
body.
fused with Boruto's soul.
Did
That-
he?
That's why Sasuke can't use the soul ripping ability. Because it's not a
What?
different soul.
No,
What you
I
talking
don't
about,
think
Willis?
that's
pretty
the
sure.
case. Well, maybe later on when they started to merge, but when Sasuke had the Rinnegan, that wasn't the case. Like his soul was literally like he stated that his soul is anchored to the world of living due to the karma. So it's like stating that his soul is separate.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any different from when Orochimaru's soul was lingering with Sasuke and Itachi only sealed away Orochimaru. The difference is Orochimaru came out, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know
I
if
do
I'd say
think
it's
that with the
really
pot,
different because it's two different
if
abilities.
Momoshiki said hello to the Momoshiki call, I think it would suck
Mhm.
Boruto up too, because Boruto can't just undo a mind transfer to disappear. So I think he would just
But
get
wouldn't it
dragged
be
in.
different though? Like you could say like the reason why Ino was getting sucked in it was because their soul was in the body and the body's what's getting absorbed. But since it isn't Momoshiki's body, then Momoshiki would get absorbed, leaving the body.
Yeah,
But
but
of
the point
course,
is Ino is the one who said hello or didn't respond.
yeah, but she said it
But
with
it dragged in.
Momoshiki. But she said it with Kinkaku's voice, and the voice is what it
Is that
responds
what
to.
matters? Is it
Yeah.
the specific vocal cords that
Yeah,
matter?
because like
So-
because like if I call you, if I say Kamui, and someone else responds like in a different voice, it's not you
But what if they
responding.
respond with? But what if they respond with a perfect mimic of my voice?
Because in
but they're
guess
Naruto,
not
that
me?
exists.
I guess it depends on how stupid the jutsu is. Maybe it's smarter than that to like it could like Kishimoto can write anything, I guess.
I
You know.
think with
If
that
it's-
rope and that we were talking about the pot. I think with that
yeah.
I think there's not like you just gotta look at how it's described and just go from there. Because if
Mhm.
it's not specificity there, then well that's all you have to work with. So just go based on how it's described.
They just said that you gotta call, you gotta respond.
Yeah,
But,
you
I mean,
have
yeah.
to respond. So like Momoshiki when he speaks, he doesn't speak in he speaks in Boruto's voice and his voice at the same time, but it sounds different. I
You
don't
can
know.
say
I
right
think that
now.
might be like
yeah.
I think that might just be like an artistic thing because like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like they have different color hair, but but it was explained in verse everyone's hair looks like the same. It's not multicolored.
Well,
fucking
Keto,
weird.
what do you think if someone was just like on Ninja Skype across the world talking to someone with the purification pot? Could they be sealed from across the world?
Yeah.
Okay. What if they're in a different
It probably just
dimension?
take longer to there wasn't the reason I say yes because there wasn't any stated limitation, so I have to say yeah. I can't just impose a limitation that wasn't stated.
That's
so.
the no limits fallacy, though.
No
I hate
limits,
to
but
interrupt,
it is, but you know,
I
don't know.
somebody asked a question in the YouTube chat. Does anyone know where old Madara got his one Sharingan eye after he implanted his Rinnegan into Nagato?
He probably
he-
got it before he became an old man.
Yeah,
Like,
he said
after
he
he used
stole it from
Izanagi.
some.
Yeah, he probably just
Wait,
stole it and then
Madara
became
gave
an old man.
Nagato the Rinnegan? I thought that was Obito.
No, it
No,
doesn't make
no,
sense
it
for it
was
to be
not- it
Obito
was-
because immediately after Obito goes to talk to like 10-year-old Nagato or like 15-year-old
And he
Nagato.
already has the Rinnegan.
No, Madara gave it to him, and then he told Obito to go find him.
Likely
already
it
had
was
it.
Black Zetsu who gave it to him.
Yeah,
Or
black
white
Zetsu are
Zetsu.
Madara.
Yeah.
It could have been
It's from
Zetsu,
memory.
white Zetsu too, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably one of the Zetsus.
Okay, so we don't know. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think it's
Just know,
likely he
just
got
know
it just from
Uchiha
one of the
died for those
wars.
eyes. You know?
In the same way Danzo says he got his right
Yeah.
arm through various methods,
didn't
so it
get
wasn't
that from
just
any war,
Orochimaru's
bruh.
experiments. Experiments.
Bro just
It's probably just from
abducted
the
an
war.
Uchiha, bro.
Yeah, it's
Bro
probably
just
like the
took an
second or
Uchiha from
first
his
war.
bed and just like
Yeah.
messed him up, you know.
Well, okay. Well, we-
I
Madara
didn't
is
hear
like that.
any of that from
I
either
So
of
you
you
guys
all.
kept talking at the same time.
Madara was like that, bro. Bro was just taking eyes.
One at a time. Take turns, bro.
He probably stole it from the first or second war whenever one of the Uchihas fought and died in the war.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My love.
Yep. And to bring this all around, Amato is evil. in my opinion. There you go.
Crazy.
Hey kiddo, what did you think of the chapter? I didn't hear your opinion.
The new one? Boruto?
Yeah.
What did I think? What happened again?
No, chapter 432 of Naruto.
Oh,
Sorry, God.
Oh yeah. I think it was okay. It was fine. It was good. It was okay.
fair enough.
What would you rate
It
it?
was
It kind of
fine. It was good.
yeah, a lot of stuff and stuff.
What would you rate it?
I'll give it like I hate rating stuff, bro, because I generally like Boruto, you know, the manga. I don't watch anime and stuff, but I'll just give it like an 8 or something. I don't know,
I give it
8.5.
a 7.
I don't know, 7 is a bit low for me, but I'll give it an 8. You know.
Yeah, it's
Like,
down below
if I give it a 7 and someone like put me to the fire and say, "Yo, why did you give it a 7?" I literally can't explain why. So I'm not going to.
For me, I actually like this chapter the best out of part 2. So ignoring part 1, like out of the
Yeah.
first 5 chapters, this one was my favorite. I do
Yeah,
have some small
same.
critique.
Yeah, don't
That's
worry about
interesting.
it. Keto, Camcam's just notorious for rating good things low and bad things high.
Oh please, Oodie, you want to talk?
Exactly. What are we talking about?
Wait, Kamui, so you think well obviously you said it, but this is better than like Awakening? You think so?
Awakening was the chapter.
Oh yeah, I
before,
remember
right?
the names
I
of
like
the
that
chapters.
chapter too,
Oh.
but
I don't
I
ever
enjoyed
remember
this-
the names of the chapters.
Well, there's only
see.
5 chapters.
I have to
I'm
go
pretty
through
sure.
step by
Season-
step each
the
part
series
of it,
reviews, so.
but
Ah.
I mean, I will say I'm biased towards anything with Amato being sus, and there was a lot of that in this chapter. Therefore, I
Sus.
automatically like it more. Like there aren't going to be things like that. Chapter 4 was good too, but I feel like I got a lot of what I wanted. I got more interesting things with the Divine Tree people in this chapter than the first chapter. The first chapter, it was like they just showed up. I got more characterization from them. In terms of, I wanted to see the Sasuke thing for a while, and then obviously the Amato thing I just really, really liked. So this was my favorite of part 2, probably.
Oh yeah,
Like-
spit. Yeah,
Mello,
spit.
the funny thing with
the-
Camcam there is remember I'm the one with the bad memory.
Remember.
Well, I'm not expecting people to remember the title of the like I wouldn't have remembered if I wasn't making content on it like recently. So I'm not gonna blame anybody for that for
Yeah, I
sure.
don't do this for a job, bro.
But
To
like
be
I
honest,
like
Camcam probably never looked at the title to begin with. Like I look
I
at the title
didn't know.
so that I can say the title in my chapter review, and then I move on.
Oh, so
like,
Camcam, it's okay to forget things if you don't do it for a job. So it's okay when I forget the things that I forget, right? Because it's not my job.
no,
You
it's
have
not okay.
face blindness, sir.
Okay,
That's different. This
but
is
it's
a
not my
different subject.
it's not my job.
Gura.
Well, I think the argument for, at least my argument for Camcam is that she never knew to begin with because she never looked. But
I don't
I
believe
could
that.
be wrong.
Yeah, I think you are.
I never looked. Seriously, never
How do you
looked. I
read
know-
the chapter without reading the name of the chapter on the cover page?
The
I
chapter on the cover
click-
page is in the
I
bottom
click
right
chapter
corner.
5, read, and then read the words on the page
The
until
first-
it's
Well,
over.
The first thing you
No,
click
but
on when
Oodie,
you click chapter 5
Oodie,
is the cover
Oodie,
page that has the
Oodie,
title right there. It's like you
Oodie,
have to click
Oodie,
on it, close your eyes, and scroll down to ignore the cover page.
So Oodie, a couple things, Oodie. Camcam
Okay.
uses Viz/Shonen Jump, and it doesn't say the chapter title on that. It just says chapter
Oh my
5.
goodness.
2, the chapter cover, she might just scroll by it without actually examining the art like you and I do. 3,
Yeah, I
the
don't
title is
examine
in
the
the
art.
bottom.
I'm just like, oh, cool, Sasuke looks dope.
Okay,
next.
examining the
Okay.
art is different from
title's in
looking
the
at the
bottom
like
right
2
corner, and
words
you may
on the
have not
page.
looked at that corner.
She likes reading anyways, and she's not going to read the 2 words on the page, but she'll read the rest of
She
the
might
chapter
just
that has
choose not
like
to.
hundreds of words of dialogue.
She might not care.
I really don't care for the names of the chapter. Is it that important?
The real thing is that you
Where
forgot
is
it, which is
okay?
important.
What is? It's in the bottom left-hand corner, bro.
Told you,
You
what
expect
are the
me
buttons?
to?
Oh, it's so?
I mean, I wouldn't say.
Okay, is
I
the
wouldn't
bottom
pretend
right-hand
that
corner better for you? Like, what do you mean? What's wrong with the bottom left-hand corner?
All I'm looking
Okay,
at is
so-
a picture of Sasuke
so
and
on-
the tree behind him.
Okay, on
I'm not
every
looking at the left-hand corner of the cover page.
on every page of the actual manga, do you ignore the left-hand panels?
I'm
That's what I was gonna
looking
say.
at the left-hand corner of the cover page, motherfucker. Go
Oh,
fuck
I'll be-
yourself. It's too early in the morning.
In chapter
I
4, it's on the
haven't looked
right
at the
hand
chapter
side.
titles for
Exactly.
half the chapters. Like
Tragic.
chapter 29,
Contradicting
I
yourself.
never knew the chapter title. I know chapter 29's contents, but I've never looked at the title of chapter 29. Like,
Okay.
it's just a random example.
Bro, you can't expect
like-
her to know the fucking title of the chapter, bro. Come on, bro.
She said it's so different, the face blindness from the forgetting. How do you think face blindness works? It's from forgetting.
If
No,
I
but
wasn't a
Oodie-
content creator, I probably would skip over the titles, to be honest with you.
It's
Yeah,
not the point I'm trying
like,
to
I
make
didn't
here.
look at the titles before I started making videos on them. And even then, I didn't start.
But remember,
actually
Oodie,
looking at
I
the titles
do
until recently.
memorize social security numbers for my job
Jesus
and
Christ.
driver's license numbers
Okay.
and addresses.
Mm-hmm.
But not boil release.
I mean, she can pull up.
Not boil
I mean,
release.
she got that attitude.
Oh,
She
my
got that
God.
attitude.
So just remember that, Oodie.
Mhm.
Anyway, though,
Yeah.
this is a good topic, though. What's everyone's favorite chapter out of the first 5 chapters of part 2?
4.
I was gonna say
What?
Mello's already guessed 4.
It's the one
Why
where
four?
Flying Raijin. I like that
That's
one.
4.
That's
Oh,
4.
that's
Oh,
You
okay.
get
Oh,
Flying
okay, yeah, that's
Raijin, you
I
get
mean,
new
that
enemies
one probably
introduced,
is
a
my
cool fight.
next.
You get
Facts.
Sasuke's reveal. Like, it has everything. It's perfect.
Facts.
That cliffhanger's sick. Like, Sasuke just in a
I
tree.
think my least favorite is probably 2.
Agreed.
to be honest.
Yeah, I agree
2
with
or
all
3.
that.
What is-
4 is favorite, 2's least
What
What
is
is
favorite.
two?
2's the one with Kawaki versus the Claw Grime, and the Ino Shikacho
Oh,
versus
that's mine.
the
That might be
Ino.
my
And I
favorite.
think that's-
Oodie, what's the name of that chapter?
Mm.
What's the name of chapter
Okay,
2?
Okay.
Tree.
No, what is it?
Oh,
Tell
what
me.
is
I know what it is.
Tell me.
I know what it is.
Tell me.
Oodie, what is it?
I
know what it is.
actually do know it. It
Maybe
is
not.
Tree.
Okay, yeah, he's right.
That's an
Oh
easy
wow,
one.
we actually knew it for once.
That's an easy one.
But I will say also, chapter 2 is also the one where Boruto says, "I'll say it one more time, code," like 8 times.
He's-
The worst
Sounds
chapter.
like me when I'm scolding a 2-year-old in class.
It's the
Like,
chapter
literally,
seriously.
where
they
Boruto just doesn't move. Like he takes down the claw.
You're
grab
gonna go to
around him.
timeout if you don't stop. And,
Oh.
I think chapter 2
That's
is objectively
time.
the worst chapter of part 2 so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not like chapter 2.
Well, I
either.
think that's the
Didn't care.
reason though that they implemented that Kawaki versus Claw Grime scene in the first place. It wasn't just a random scene. It's to show you. It's not trying to imply that it took its chakra because it doesn't want to ruin the reveal, but it's showing you that, sort of setting it up for later in chapter 4 when it reveals
mean,
these things in the first
You
place.
can argue that, Oodie, but you
Hawk
can
and
also
Jiro.
argue that it's just foreshadowing that the 10 tails are evolving, as Boruto says. It doesn't necessarily have
That's
to be that he
silly.
stole his chakra. It could
It
just
foreshadows a
be
lot of stuff.
them evolving.
Even the Moegi shit, you know, like giving relevance to Team 10. Like Team 10 is the only other team aside from Team 7, by
Cares
the way.
about Team
So,
10. Oh, but
Now,
Kawaki.
Kishimoto-
But
Kishimoto
Kawaki,
does-
you don't need to show
Where's
it. You just
Metal
need
Lee,
like a
bro?
single line of
Metal Lee is not
dialogue in
even
one
canon to the
panel.
manga,
But
bro.
Oodie, but here's the thing. You don't care about Team 10. Why?
You
Because
think
they don't
Lee's out
do
there
shit in the
fucking-
manga. They should do shit in the manga.
That was
They
a
should
joke.
be in
I
there.
care about Team
Nah.
10.
They're the only ones that do shit.
Lee
What, do
busted
shit?
the
Doo-doo
fattest,
shit.
bro. What we talking about?
Do shit.
Kamui
Oh,
has
no.
rhetorical blindness. He doesn't know what figures of speech are.
I don't
Figures
care,
of-
dude.
You just don't know how to fucking talk half the time, Oodie.
That's such a
Oodie, you're
lie.
pissing me off.
That's such a wrong
Bonjour.
thing. Go find any conversation and tell me where I said something wrong.
every conversation.
Kawaki.
That is
As a
kinda
matter
funny
of
to
fact,
think
that
about.
is something I wanted to do. I
that
wanted to
was
go
good.
over
Cherries
a
and
conversation I had with
Every
Kamui, and then
conversation you've
separately a
had.
conversation I had
Oh,
with Camcam. I don't
Ood,
remember. the
Ood,
one-
Ood, 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 Ood.
Yeah.
Question. I'm just scrolling through the chat here. What do you guys think is the place where it shows the box and stuff? That little area there.
What?
Where is it?
Oh,
The location where
chapter 5.
Jura has the little box.
Oh yeah, I was asking Oodie this last time. I don't know. I mean, it could just be underneath the Telltale's cage. It could be.
Whoa! I'm the one that said that. You disagreed with that. Don't give me that nonsense. Stop the crap, Kamui. I
didn't
said that
disagree with
last chapter. He said, no, it's not gonna be that. Can't be that, because
I
Oodie
didn't say
says
it
it.
can't be that at all.
You're
They
stealing my ideas, Kamui. Come up with your
No, I'm
own
not. I
ideas.
literally said that was one of the places I thought. What? I never just said it can't be that.
That's such cap.
So what do you think is in the box?
The most I would have said
In
Oodie,
it?
is that there are roots coming down, and so it might
In
be
the
on.
box, pretty much.
Well, actually,
I don't think it's the Datakuten box because it has a different design, like, you know.
Well, but that's another thing.
Like, it
is
doesn't
that
have like the.
in the same way
It
that you're
has
like,
the
oh,
extra
it's
symbol on
Kawaki's
top.
flight.
Which is the same symbol as the one on the Telltale's cage, but it could just be based off the user of the cube.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So it's not Kawaki's cube. It's an Otsutsuki ability.
Like it could just be Jura's cube. It's got Jura's trademark symbol on it, or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking at the extra squares. Like if you look at Kawaki's, it has like 3 squares. This one only has 1.
I mean,
outline.
Do you have pictures that we can look at to compare the
Yeah,
cubes?
yeah. Scroll up in chat.
Alright, hold on.
Yeah, they have one like
How
side by
far
side.
up? Do you have all the
so
cubes?
just a little bit.
Oh, okay. I happen to post pictures of the cubes. Okay, so there's 3 white lines, and then his doesn't have that. Instead, it's probably 3 white lines, but they're circular rather than squarish.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So
Otherwise, it looks pretty much the same as cube. But
on screen for
I
those
mean,
not
a
listening.
box will look like a box.
Yeah, it's the same shape, so.
I mean, it's definitely a cube at the very least.
Yeah.
What if that's Daikokuten and Naruto sealed inside it? That'd be crazy.
You know what it reminds me of?
Already
If you
there.
guys read JJ, wait, hold on. Am I spoiling stuff?
I'll
JJ,
do it for a
Just say it's a
second.
domain
Um,
expansion, but I think I know where you're
Okay.
going with it.
It's the
thing in
it's
season
the
2
Gojo thing.
from Shibuya.
Yeah, where Kenjaku has like the other side of the what's he called again? The other side of the
Prison
box.
realm?
The prison realm, yeah. So he has the other side. I think this might be the other side to the Daikokuten realm. Maybe.
Who's Kenjaku
That
again?
would be
Could be.
funny if they literally just like rip off the prison realm.
Yeah.
Who's Kenjaku? Reminding.
Am I good?
Don't
or
worry
not?
about it.
Yeah, you're
No,
good, you're
don't
good.
worry about it. No, don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
He's a guy.
He's a
Okay.
guy.
You know what? Never mind.
He's
I
a
don't
dude,
want to know.
bro.
He's
Yeah,
a dude.
Kamui's bad at
He's a
spoilers. I don't
dude.
want to know. Don't tell me. Thanks. Cool.
I think it's
He's a
okay to tell
dude,
you that
she's
he's
a
a
dude.
male. But that's all we're gonna say.
It's something, I will say.
In the next year, do you think Orochimaru is going to get involved?
Oh my god, I fucking hope so.
It
I
should
don't know if
be,
I think
bruh.
it.
Bro might end these beans, bro. Look at them and just blink them out of existence.
Orochimaru
Armin?
has always brought good thoughts to the philosophy table, so I would hope so. Just saying.
He's spitting.
You think these sentient Telltales clones are kind of like bringing up a certain theme about Mitsuki? I believe during the Mitsuki, was it Raiden or Shinden manga before Boruto was serialized? Or I think this was
Oh, you're
like,
talking the one shot?
yeah, the one shot manga about Mitsuki and him finding his identity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's similarities, yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of similarities in that, like the themes and how it's executed, especially in chapter 5.
I think it's interesting that there are similarities for sure, but I'm not sure I'm not sure if it goes beyond just there being similarities. Like, I don't think it necessarily means very much.
Well, we know
Speaking
that...
of Mitsuki, though, how do you guys feel about Mitsuki doing nothing the entire code invasion?
Yeah, I was always wondering that. What was that man doing?
Mitsuki?
Mitsuki.
Mitsuki.
Mitsu?
Mitsuki.
They're gonna need another Finding Mitsuki arc, bro.
So here's
You know,
the
the guy
thing,
in the
Kamui.
balcony.
Here's the
Bro's
thing,
lost.
Kamui. Would you rather see panels of him standing there doing nothing? Because we're gonna get
He's
that
literally
either
saying,
that
why
or
didn't they
nothing.
show him doing something?
Yes,
That's what he
Oodie,
said.
Oodie, to answer your question, yeah, if my options are don't see him or see him thinking on the balcony, my answer is him thinking on the balcony because at least I have my answer.
But that'll take
of
away
what he's doing.
That'll take away panels from
It doesn't
the
take
rest
It
of
away.
the
will take
All
away,
we
it will
have
take
tells
away
you what
from
he's doing.
the valuable time we
okay.
have with Team 10, bro. We need
So,
more Team
okay.
10
Yeah,
instead
I'm
of
not
Kamui.
worried about freaking Chocho's
What do you think
hit.
Mitsuki's gonna say when
So
he
which
sees
panels
Boruto
in
again?
particular are you replacing that with?
Let's go
Chocho.
look. I'll look at probably chapter 2
Go
panels.
find
So
me
let's
the
go start
panels.
there.
Yeah, go find me the panels. I'll
Okay.
wait.
Not
Yeah,
like
no,
like
Oodie, I will find you some panels. Hold on. Let me just
Okay.
go onto Boruto
Yeah,
2 Blue
tell me
Vortex,
what you're
chapter 2.
taking
Chocho.
away
In fact,
from the
in
story.
fact, I think I'm just gonna
Okay,
remove
that's
one
just
of the times Boruto says,
sexist.
I'll say it one
Chocho's
more
like,
time.
Monkey, I
Chocho's
don't want
like,
to hear
hey.
it.
Chocho's like, I won't forgive the 10 tails. Bro. Bro.
Yeah, I think I'll
Okay.
remove one of the
Okay,
panels
bro.
when Boruto repeats.
who
I'll
you
say
even
it one more
asking
time,
to?
Code.
I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah.
Cam, ask your question.
7 hour
Okay.
debate, jeez.
Okay. Do you think it would be bad writing for Sarda to need help against Hidari, or alternatively be toe to toe with him with MS alone? That's from Cheater Lock.
I mean, you could argue either way. Technically, base Boruto being similar to base Sarda at face value wouldn't sound bad, but at the same time, base Boruto is stronger than Code, and Sarda being stronger than Code 2 is kind of like, I don't know about that. So Hidari was putting up a fight. All the clock grind people were putting up a fight against Boruto. So she probably needs help.
Sarda was sweating in front of Code, bro. So I don't know. She was
No,
sweating.
bro. Sarda speed blitz Boruto, bro. End of chapter 5. What you talking about?
I mean, yeah, she did.
React.
She did.
God tier, bro.
I mean,
Power
to be fair, her
scaling-
Mangekyo abilities are super ridiculous. It could close the gap. But
Power scaling is
Bro,
cool.
if she
spectacle,
ever
it's not
has
writing.
like Amaterasu, bro, like Jesus Christ, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, power
Yeah,
scaling.
Sasuke
is
I
not
might
writing.
pop off, bro.
We
let's be real.
still haven't answered a question of like, why does Jiro want Naruto so badly?
No, we I mean, with her as like, I mean, we have Ninja 6167, we have Gaara, we have Iruka, so
Ninja
and then we have Kawaki.
6167.
So it's either one of them. Like, yeah, Soegi. Like people actually think he's
Oh
Soegi.
right,
So.
yeah, okay.
And
I
then
don't
because
know.
people ignore the fact that there's another guy in the background that
there's a
turned
guy
into a tree
behind
as
him,
well.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, like people
there's
just
5
think it's
people.
Soegi because like, yeah, I'm like, bro, come
So
on.
it's such simplistic analysis, bro. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just
I actually think it's Kishimoto like dropping like red herrings to like throw the fandom off.
You know,
It's
I
like
was
he
thinking
does
that
that.
too. I don't think he's that clever though.
Maybe that.
I
Come
don't know if he
on.
writes that way.
Probably. No, well, he did with Obito, but that was a long time ago.
That was a
so.
long time ago.
Yeah, I think the old man. And,
He's
yeah.
old. I mean, he has editors, you know, like.
Is he even writing this shit? Never mind. I won't go there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It remains
Nah,
mystery.
Jura is actually Kurama. Trust.
oh my god!
No.
I need to watch that theory.
What
Uh,
is this?
I've heard it.
I remember NC Hammer doing a video on that.
Of course he
Bro, y'all
did.
be
I
making
saw it.
theories about everything.
I
bro.
saw it, but I haven't watched it. Maybe there is like evidence.
I
but
only like
haven't.
NC Hammer because he has a pit bull, and we stand a man with a pit bull. I'm just saying.
No, Cam,
Okay.
you like NC Hammer's Pitbull. You don't like NC Hammer.
I like his pit bull. And he also has that decapitated Sasuke tattoo, which is also pretty cool. So, yeah.
Damn, god damn.
Okay.
Damn. They hate.
Or Sasuke.
Man, imagine
He's
ruining your
garbage,
body
though.
with such garbage.
Should have waited. He should have waited a few years to get a Sasuke tree tattoo.
Oh, speaking of Sasuke, yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on Sasuke versus Code?
Oh
Cool.
yeah. So
I-
me, I do have some critiques. I would have liked to have seen, instead of just cutting to the like he's charging and then cutting to the aftermath. I would have liked to have seen him slicing down the clock grind, but then Boruto's watching as
Bro,
Sasuke gets
y'all
overwhelmed
don't
and dies.
understand it. They did this on purpose. Y'all think Kishimoto is like writing this shit. He's like, you know, I'm not gonna show how this happened. I'm not gonna show how we got here. You know, I'm just doing this, you know, because no, he's doing it because he wants you guys to speak. Like these authors, bro, they're pretty smart. They know what we're gonna talk about, you know. So they don't reveal everything, you know. So he knows we're gonna theorize. Oh, is Sasuke stronger than Code? Did he catch him off guard? What exactly happened? You know. I think that's what.
Of course, you know. The
I mean,
NC
it
Hammer
might make him more
video.
money, but I want the story to be good, so I still want to see that in the story.
True.
Like, I would have liked to see Sasuke / Code. I actually probably would have liked to have seen Code kind of like punching Boruto, kind of like when he's beating up Kawaki in chapter 62. Like, he's beating Boruto, Sasuke does some clever, wacky strategy or whatever, / Kozai, he gets mad. Then we see the fight of Sasuke's last moments. Boruto's watching in horror as he has to just keep running away, even though he's seeing it. I thought that
Even
would
that
nice
running away, did he run away? Because I'm like, if Code is like, I'm like, if you look at like, if you try to like, you know, break it down, right? If Code is stronger, way stronger than Sasuke, way faster, because he's, you know, above, not even above Jigen, greatly above Jigen, okay? Wouldn't he be able to just like, oh, Sasuke isn't the target, I'm just gonna like sidestep this dude, he isn't relevant, I just go after Boruto. So yeah, I think it's either Boruto had flying right, but either he
Wait,
had
was
flying
Sasuke
right
on
in
his
or he
ship
could
this time?
fly.
Oh well,
No,
but Kidomaki, he
I mean
wasn't
Sasuke
doing that.
was.
Okay,
No, he did
but
fight
at
Sasuke
that
though.
point,
He didn't
Kido,
sidestep him. Yeah, he didn't go for Boruto.
but
No,
like,
no,
when he's
no.
doing
That's
the
what I'm saying.
shonen-
He should have because
Yeah,
like
he should
what?
have, but he didn't. So that's not a critique.
No, what I'm
Also-
saying is that him not doing that means that Boruto didn't run away. Either Boruto flew away or he had flying Raijin. Because if he was just walking, he
see.
would have just gone around Sasuke. But obviously Boruto escaped the sea. You know?
It's like the
Well, that would've
Flash
been
from the
nice to see.
CW. Like the people just run outside and the Flash just don't know where they went.
They
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
they
go
just
around the
like
corner,
disappear off screen.
disappear.
Oh my god.
Or how the fuck did you
But-
not? How are you not able to catch
But
up
that's
to
the
him, bro?
thing. He might be stronger than Jigen. He might be
As
fast.
the Flash.
But like Boruto can just like go out of sight in like a second, and then Code doesn't have tracking capabilities. Like he can't sense.
No,
track.
no,
Code
no, no.
should've-
No, I mean
should've
Boruto is
just
literally
looked at
right
Boruto
behind
and just
Sasuke.
ignore Sasuke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think it's more logical to assume Boruto can fly because, you know, they showed Kawaki flying. We know Code can't fly, so it makes sense
Well-
that he could escape Code by flying.
But
I
to
mean, I
me,
think he
that's
just
all
ran
the more
away.
reason to show Boruto
I don't
flying
think
away
running away makes
as
sense.
he watches Sasuke get taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
like,
we're getting the best of both worlds.
imagine a world where they actually explain all this shit, or at least some
Yeah.
of it. Like
Literally.
a little
And then
bit.
flying Raijin, like you could say, why didn't Boruto take, you know, Sasuke with him, you know?
I mean,
They
I
say he
think
wasn't as good as Minato, but
I think it's fine that Sasuke gave him the eye thing, even if he's above Jigen, because again, he was about to decapitate Jigen. In this case, Code just doesn't have something
greatly
to stop
above
that.
Jigen.
Yeah, so he's about to kill
no,
Jigen, but he
Okay,
couldn't.
Code's
He wasn't about to kill Code. He just slightly hurt him.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
like,
it could have.
it's
It
fine
could
He
for
have.
him
took out
to
his
catch him.
eye.
He literally
It's
could have
fine.
killed him if the sword went a little bit deeper. Okay, what are we doing here?
I mean, like,
Slice
it's
his
fine for
brain
him
enough.
to do it, but it would be nice to see how he got to that point.
Bro,
Like, how
listen,
did it
listen,
happen?
listen.
I-
Code is below 10,000 Jigen. Okay, let's move on.
I would
No,
love
he
to
said the
see-
the NC Hammer video got me in a chokehold, even though I shouldn't be.
But Kido, the thing is, no,
Chokehold?
he
It was-
couldn't do that because he wasn't impelling him. He was slicing downwards. That's why the scar is down. So
If
no,
he,
it
oh, so
can't
you're
go
saying
deeper.
I can't. You don't. It's not. You don't need to stab someone to reach their brain. You know, you can chop them from.
You have to go through
the
their
top
skull
of their head, right?
first.
No, but no, you're saying that he didn't stab him, you know, because he slashed him going down. But I'm saying like he could have, if the sword was more towards Code, he could have like hacked into his brain. Like, what do you mean?
It's the same thing with
Uh.
Kawaki with Boruto. Boruto's not just gonna let him do that. In the same way,
It's not about
Code-
letting him. That's the point. I'm saying that maybe, you know, Code is just not that guy, bro. What
well,
are we
he was
doing here?
clearly that guy enough to not have that happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, Oodie, he wasn't clearly not that guy enough because we didn't see it. To make
Lose
it
an
clearly,
eye.
we would have to see it.
Tragic.
It's
Which is what I
inductive
wanted.
arguments, Kamui.
And we finally got the answer as to
Clearly
who really took Code's eye.
Well,
That
we
was
know
Sasuke.
he's
Bro,
strong,
Sasuke's
but like,
sword.
I'm saying I would have liked to have seen it.
And Code is like, oh,
Generally just
Boruto ran away
reading it.
without doing anything. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Why
don't
didn't
know.
Code kill Sasuke after he got trapped in the tree?
Because Code
He didn't
Sasuke is the
care.
GOAT. You're
Fair.
not listening. He's the GOAT.
I mean,
Like,
Sasuke
even if you look at it right, like after Boruto left, Sasuke, you see Sasuke in that spot, and he has like 50 dead clawgrams around him. And if you watch the scene before Boruto left, we didn't see any dead clawgrams in that area. So even after Boruto left, Sasuke was able to kill multiple clawgrams with Code there. Okay, so Sasuke is that guy, bro.
Actually, that
Is
does
that
bring
guy?
up a good point because
Wait.
Sasuke was on his kill list, so he would care about killing Sasuke.
No, he'd care more about he care more because you have to remember he thinks Boruto is Kawaki. Kawaki is
That
his
doesn't
main
matter.
target.
It
does matter. It matters.
Boruto
It
and
matters.
Kawaki.
It matters
That's not
from a
gonna change his
storytelling
actions.
perspective. He hates
Oodie.
Kawaki more than everyone, and if
not
Kawaki,
gonna
the
change his
person who he
actions.
needs, yeah, it
Oodie,
does,
Oodie,
and
That
it
difference
actually
in
does
hate
in most
absolutely does
medium.
not.
Come
Oodie,
on, Oodie, you're just
Oodie.
ignoring
How would he
logic
act
at this
differently
point.
if he thought omnipotence didn't happen? How would he have acted differently? If he
If
thought
he
Boruto
thought
was Boruto.
omnipotence didn't happen, what are you talking about?
If he thought Boruto was
What do you
Boruto,
mean?
how would he have acted differently?
I mean, he would
if he
probably
thinks
still go after him.
if he thinks Boruto is Boruto, if he
Yeah.
does it Boruto, it doesn't have like there's a hierarchy, right? You have Kawaki, his main target.
But you're saying his
then he has
actions
the
would
other
change.
people. Listen to me. He has the hierarchy. Kawaki's at the top. Then you have Naruto, Boruto, and Sasuke. They're at the same level. If he thinks Boruto is Boruto, like if he doesn't think he's Kawaki, he wouldn't ignore Sasuke and go to Boruto because Boruto and Sasuke are at the same level. But if he thinks Boruto is Kawaki, the person he hates the most and the person he's looking for 2 years, then yeah, he would ignore Sasuke and go for the person that's escaping, the person who is his main target. That's simple logic.
Also, Oodie, for all we know, Code thinks Sasuke and Bug were dead. Like, he doesn't know they're alive.
He doesn't,
we don't
but
know,
there's no
but
reason not to confirm it. Like, for me, it's the same reason as saying, oh, well, why did Gaara try to kill Lee in the hospital? Or why did Kabuto try to kill Sasuke in the hospital?
That doesn't make sense. Explain the
does.
correlation. Go
What
ahead.
do you mean? Sasuke's stuck in place.
Explain
he
the
can't do
correlation.
anything. If anything, it makes more sense than him going to
Hold on.
Konoha.
Explain the correlation between why
Because he knows
Code would
that
go for Kawaki
Boruto-
and Gaara going to the hospital to
Because-
kill Lee.
Look at Dragon Ball with the Android Saga. They went after Gohan to get to Trunks.
What?
What do you mean, what? It makes more sense
I
for
don't remember.
him to
I don't remember the
target
story.
Sasuke
But what's the
because Boruto was calling Sasuke his master. He would think that Kawaki shouldn't care about the village, but clearly he cared about Sasuke.
No. That's a different code. Ooh, you're right here. Come on, you're smarter than this. Okay, these guys are in the same location. That's different from using someone to lure someone in. Boruto and Sasuke are right there. Boruto is literally standing behind him. Why would he need to take
Yeah, so,
Sasuke
like,
to lure him in
Oodie-
when Boruto is right there? It doesn't make sense. Think, Ood,
What?
think.
As a
That's not what I was
comparison,
saying
like,
at all.
hey,
So why are you talking about
Oodie-
him getting
Taking?
to Gohan? No, getting Gohan to get to Trunks.
They went after him to lure out Trunks, essentially.
Wasn't Gohan the main fighter? Like, wasn't he like Trunks' mentor and shit? Like, wasn't he
Okay,
like
then vice
the
versa.
resistance or something?
It's clearly trying to say
Like,
the
why
same
wouldn't they
thing.
fight Gohan? He's literally the main person in the resistance. Like, that's not a good comparison.
Actually, this brings up a different question, though, because in this case, obviously, Trunks wouldn't
Woody's
have
just
left
saying
Gohan.
random
Why
stuff.
did
Oh my
Boruto
God.
run away?
They
He
couldn't
states
beat
it.
Code.
They couldn't beat him.
He said he
He listened to
wasn't
Sasuke.
going to leave his
He lit-
master, and then he left his
But-
master.
Why would? Yeah, because obviously he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm not gonna leave you," because he loves him.
And
But
then he left him.
logic kicks in. Yeah, because logic kicks in after emotion. Ooh, all right, can we move on to something else?
That was
mind
moving
breaking,
on to
bro.
something else,
Well,
but yeah, we can
Cheater
move on to
Log
a
asked
completely different
another
thing.
question.
Because that doesn't. I don't know what we're doing here.
You're saying it like he's freaking
I guess
walking away, like he didn't run away. Oh, he must have flew away or used flying rising. He could just
Yeah,
run
it makes
away.
more sense because he
Code said
because
he
if
ran away.
Run. When someone say like you ran away, it doesn't literally mean you like.
Yes, I know
So
what you mean.
Keto is now
could
saying
mean
Code
multiple
left
things. Okay, but you said
Sasuke
he
when
walked
Boruto
away.
ran away, lol. So Sasuke didn't fight Code in the Grimes? That's from Arrow Sonic.
Wait, what?
Aerosonin said, so Kido is now saying Code left Sasuke when Boruto ran away, lol.
No.
So Sasuke
Oh
didn't
my
fight Code and the
God.
crimes?
No.
Arrow,
So I'm gonna-
Arrow,
hold on,
listen, bro.
no,
Listen.
I was waiting to say this. So,
That's not what I said. I'm
Kido's
Come on,
saying,
Keto, you're smarter than this.
yeah, ooh,
well, Kido, I'll just let you. I'll say it for you, so
Yeah,
someone
how's it
else can hear it a
feel?
different way. What
Oodie.
Kido's
How's
saying
it
is,
feel?
Code fought Sasuke when he should have just jumped to Boruto. For
exactly.
example, when Code showed up in the village, he goes to Sarada to lure out Boruto. But once Boruto shows up, he ignores Sarada. He doesn't care anymore. Boruto's now there. That's who he focuses
Because
on.
that's
Exactly.
his
He
target.
should have done the same thing.
That's his main target.
Exactly, and because he shouldn't think Kawaki has any relationship with Sarada. It makes more
But he
sense for him to
does.
target Sasuke
But
than to target Sarada.
But no,
does think
are you
that.
arguing against the story? He does think that, which is why he did it.
Why would he think
Even
what
if
are you
that?
doing
think
here?
it's not-
Well, don't
even if he
ask us,
shouldn't
ask
think it.
Kishimoto. Are you arguing
Oh
against
my
the story?
God. Okay, then critique
Dude,
it.
Dude, are you,
even if he
Then this should
dude,
be a
are you
critique for you.
critiquing it? No, because
Dude, you
remember,
can-
he thinks they're friends. So why wouldn't he do it?
You can critique
Does he?
thinking that, but the fact is he does think it.
Does
Yeah,
he?
he does.
How?
Because they literally show it. He used her to lure Kawaki, so he does think it. What do you mean?
Really, was
If
he
he didn't
targeting
think it,
Sarada, or
why
was he
did he
just
think
targeting
this plan
whoever in the
would work?
village?
He literally said, Sarada, call out to Boruto and bring him to the village. Like,
Yeah,
he
so
knows they're
assuming
friends.
it was just like Himawari there, do you think he's just like, oh, that's not Sarada, I can't do that?
He knew she was Sarada,
No, I'm saying if Sarada just
which
wasn't
means
there.
he knows Sarada.
Okay, let's
Because
assume
we have to remember,
okay,
they
okay.
showed. Well, hold on. They showed the claw grimes. They show that he has the claw marks in the village, which means that he's been in the village
Yeah.
since the thing happened in chapter 80. So Code has been coming back to the village, which means he knows everyone in the village.
He doesn't know everyone in the village. You know what that means.
That makes sense. Him having the claw marks on random villagers, like we see Kawaki going around shrinking the claw
That
marks
means
on the
he
villagers'
knows
necks.
them?
Which
I-
no, it explains
Uh.
why he knows. It explains why he knows that they were friends, which means he has been keeping tabs on them.
Like,
Do you
That doesn't
understand
Also-
explain
this?
why he knows
dude,
their
he
friends at
says,
all.
I
Jesus
thought I'd have
Christ.
his former friends toward whom he still cares about summon him. It doesn't need to be Sarda specifically. Himawari could work just as well, but the
Mhm.
point is, Boruto's
He
friend.
chose
It could have been
Sarda.
Chicken Eye. Chicken Eye
Then
would
it
have
should
been
be
fine
just
too.
as likely that he would have heard that he tried to kill Sarada.
And
What?
again, you can. But
No,
Oodie,
no. That's not
Oodie,
true.
What
Oodie,
third
again,
party
you
is
can
going around
critique-
talking about the friendship between
That's not
those two
true.
other
You're going
people?
to you're going no. It's more likely that he knows that they were friends than he knows that he tried to kill Sarada.
Most people don't
Because the
know
only
that.
person who knows that is Sarada and Boruto.
Oodie, nobody knows that. Nobody thinks Boruto tried
What?
to kill Sarada.
That's crazy, bro.
Nobody
Okay,
knows that.
literally
but
But
in
the
the
only
either way,
same
people-
way,
only
who's
person who knew that
talking
was
about
Boruto
them
and
being
Sarada.
friends?
Literally,
know.
he could just hear them talking about how Kawaki was in the village before it happened. Like literally, like do
That's
you not know how people
unreasonable.
have
So do
conversations?
you think he's just listening in to Chocho talking
Yeah,
to Inojin,
yeah,
being
yeah,
like,
we literally
man, I
see
can't
him
believe
put- we
how good
literally-
friends
we lit-
Sarada and
we
Kawaki
literally-
was? That's
we
not reasonable. No
we
one talks
literally
like
see
that.
Code push his ear through the claw mark to listen in on
But
conversations.
who's
He has
he
done this
listening
before.
to then?
You are arguing against the story. This is not a critique. You're just making nonsense.
Okay, so
Making
Keto,
up
this is
nonsense.
getting to my question though. If Sarada is on a mission outside of the village, is he going to target Sarada or is he going to target the village?
It depends. It could go either way. Maybe he thinks that he could
You're
attack.
so sure.
Attack.
You're
Personally,
arguing against the
I'm
story,
literally-
Keto. You're arguing against the story.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying it depends on what he believes is best. Like he could believe that maybe it would be better. He knows that Sarada is his friend. He can maybe lure him outside the village. Or maybe it would be best to like maybe use Himawari in the village. It could go either way. Like it's not a contradiction.
Okay, he thinks Boruto killed the Hokage, so he clearly Boruto doesn't care about the village.
Oodie, again, you
That
can
doesn't make
critique
sense.
Code saying it, but again, he does say it. So at the end of the day, it's a fact that he thought it.
So when Orochimaru killed Hiruzen, does that not make sense? Because Orochimaru, we don't know whether he likes the village or not.
You're the one. You
what's
are
his-
the one who made that critique. So you're arguing against yourself because we didn't make that claim.
You said it doesn't make sense.
Bro literally just said,
Substantiate your
he
claim.
killed the Okage, so he doesn't care about the village. Then you're arguing against your own point by bringing
So
up Orochimaru.
substantiate your
What's going on
claim.
here?
Oh.
Oh, you're arguing against your own
So
claim.
why
You're the
doesn't
one
it
who
make
made
sense?
the claim.
Yeah, so why doesn't it make sense?
What doesn't make sense?
The thing of, okay, he killed the Hokage, so he hates the village. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
I'm saying that you can't assume that him killing the Okage means that he doesn't like the village. That's how do you get to that conclusion?
Yeah, so like as another example,
That's
Oodie,
assumption.
Alright,
That's an
Oodie,
assumption.
Oodie, example: Sasuke at the end of Shippuden very much cares about the Leaf Village. He very much intended to kill Tsunade, the Hokage of the Leaf Village, on top
there
of
you
other
go.
Hokage. So there's an example. Sasuke was doing it because he cared about the village.
Ooh.
God.
So for all we know, Code thinks the same thing. I don't know.
Sasuke is an easier target.
So
Okay.
okay.
He
That's not the
knows
target he
where
really cares
Sasuke is. He doesn't need to eavesdrop on the village for years to figure out, oh, they actually are friends. When really the reason he invaded now is just because he was sick of looking for Boruto.
Well,
No,
why
he
are we
wasn't
talking about
eavesdropping
Sasuke?
on the
Do
village.
you mean Boruto?
No, I'm talking about Sasuke. I'm saying Code
But he's
should
not
have
looking for
targeted.
Sasuke
He's not
to lure
looking for
Boruto out.
Sasuke.
He knows
What?
where Sasuke is.
No, Oodie. He wasn't looking for Sasuke to lure Boruto out. He was just looking for Boruto. He
I
eventually
know. In
decided
the same
I'll lure
way,
Boruto out.
I know. He decided the reason he attacked the village was to lure Boruto out. His motive there was to lure Boruto out because he was looking for Boruto. He couldn't find Boruto, so he was trying to lure him out because that would be easier.
So the point is, why did he just not ignore Sasuke and keep following Boruto? Why did he entertain Sasuke and let Boruto run away? That's the critique.
That doesn't matter right now because I'm talking about
That's
afterwards.
the whole point Kido was making.
Oh my god.
We're talking about afterwards.
We're talking about all of the words. It's starting with Kido's
Okay.
That's crazy.
No, we're not, because
You
we're
did
talking about
not.
when he invades the village 3 years later. Or I guess in this case it'd be 2. But
We're talking about both of them for separate reasons.
He's
Okay, well
using
then-
that
then-
situation to
then it's
supplement the original
separated.
point.
then you can
What's the 3 years
isolate
later?
each reason to know I'm talking
Oodie.
about one of the reasons.
Oodie, we use the village invasion as a counter example. Toad does basically the opposite of what he did versus Sasuke. Perhaps you could say he learned his lesson, but it's a lesson he never should have needed to learn to begin with.
Okay, then you can argue that for Jigen. He should have just sniped him in the necks. The same with Kakashi. He should have just
Shut
sniped
up!
everyone with
He
Kamui.
did. He only did to the clones
On
though.
that.
Okay, then he did
He
it to the
should've
real
done it on
body.
the
My
real
point
body.
stands.
Plot convenience.
Plot convenience and the fact that that's boring and we don't want to see that. Kamui already said he doesn't want to see
Boring.
Naruto dies.
Plot convenience.
It
Explain
would've
why
made
some.
a worse
See,
fight.
I have to wonder, Ood. I have to wonder. Okay, there's a difference. Like you can
Uh-oh.
explain why something doesn't work. If you explain why it doesn't work, it isn't plot convenience. The only time it's plot convenience is when you don't explain why it doesn't work. Okay. If
So
there's
if
a
they-
reason why
if-
something
if
doesn't
Jigen
work,
can't target
it's not plot
eyes,
convenience.
then it's fine. But they don't.
Like, come on, Ood. Like, bro, I have questions.
Well, that wasn't a question, and you have multiple questions. So do you want to
I
say
have questions,
which
and I
one of the
never said I'm
questions?
gonna ask them. I said I have questions.
Okay, so
Oh,
are
I
you
asked-
going to
I
ask your
asked
questions?
these
Yeah,
questions.
Camcam.
Dude, you
Camcam
should
asks
ask-
questions before having questions.
We recommend the question.
Think about it this way.
Like when I said your autism was showing.
Oh my god. He knows if he goes into the village that he's going to have resistance from other people as well. In this case, if he goes after Sasuke, he has 0 resistance. He only has to fight Boruto, who he thinks is strong. He thinks he's stronger than him.
He didn't
ran
go
away with his
after
tail between his
Sasuke.
legs last time. I know. I'm saying he could have and he should have. It makes more sense than going after the village.
Well,
Yeah,
Sasuke
but the
was already
problem
a
is,
tree,
Oodie,
so
again, if he thinks Sasuke is dead, like I said at the beginning, he might just not know that Sasuke's
like, he
alive.
literally knows he's a tree. Like, he literally saw him like unconscious.
Just think
like,
like, oh, there you go. Sasuke's done for. He's a tree now. That's the end
yeah,
of it.
move on with life.
would not
you know?
think there
He's not
needs to be
going
the
to
next step.
think that.
Oh,
Why
wait,
not?
Ood, how do you know
Even
that he
if
didn't
he
go back to
does.
check? But
Even
Ood, how
if
do you
he
know that he
does.
didn't go back to check? You don't know this. You're just assuming that he didn't.
No, I'm not.
Prove it.
No, that's
Prove
the
that he
opposite
didn't.
of what you mean. I'm saying that's fine. He could have done that, or he could have not done that. I don't
Okay,
care
so
either
it doesn't
way.
matter. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm saying once Boruto left, after he defeated Sasuke, he probably went to go look for Boruto, but Boruto ran too far away by that point, so he just couldn't find Boruto.
Okay, and that was his fault because he allowed him to run away.
Okay, then
Tragic.
he could have went back to Sasuke afterwards.
Kitos make it.
Tragic.
Shut up, Keto.
Oodie, the whole point of all this
Tragic.
he should have just ignored Sasuke to begin with to go kill Boruto.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
That's fine, but you're not talking about
No,
what
but-
Kito's critiquing.
Yeah, but
You're not
even then,
What happened to he's
even then,
critiquing
like-
two different things. He's separating the
No,
critiques.
but I already addressed your point. I'm saying like, yeah, maybe he did go back, but Boruto wasn't there, so he went to the village. It's not a contradiction. Can you
Yo,
prove he
thank
didn't
you.
go to Sasuke? You can't
Thank
prove
you
it.
for the $15 dono, bro.
But he didn't
Jesus, thank you.
try to do anything to
Hey,
Sasuke.
look at this. Look at this. Oodie's proving our point, Kamui. Oodie's saying that they should have shown that code went to Boruto, similar to how we're saying that they should have shown that Naruto wouldn't have won with Marin.
Oh yeah,
with,
Coach
Boruto.
should have went to Boruto.
So,
That's what you want to say?
Ood,
Yeah,
why do you
think
want them
Coach
to
should've
show
went to Boruto?
irrelevant things that don't add
Interesting.
anything to the story?
Interesting.
What would them showing Code going back to look for Sasuke add to the story?
In this case,
Come
it'd be a
on, Ood.
replacement, not to make the story better, but to make the universe more consistent.
It's a waste of panel, Ood. It's a waste of panel, okay?
Think about it this way. I can imagine Jujutsu Kaisen doing this. Oh, he's dead. I don't care. I'm going to slash at him away anyways because it's disrespectful, and that'll probably make Boruto come out because he doesn't want me to
that's
disrespect
Jujutsu
his
Kaisen,
sensei.
bro. That
Okay,
doesn't
Oodie.
Naruto isn't as dark, bro.
You can critique Boruto for it if you want. For
Shut up.
critiquing, yeah, we'll support it.
It's so dumb.
Okay, somebody asked. I guess I could ask how much people think bug sensing Ada moves the plot forward or impacts the power scaling to an
It does.
extent.
Absolutely.
Even then, like, we don't even know. Like, that's the thing. I was like thinking about it. Like, does this mean like it seems like Bug was the only one who sensed it, and like the Jura one like confirmed it. Oh, because Bug
Yeah,
like
he was like,
literally
"Oh,
voiced it. He
Senringan,
said Ada, you're here, and he's like, oh, she's the Senringan. So could it be like Bug because of that connection he has to Ada is able to sense her, or maybe every one of them like could see her.
I
I think it
mean,
might be. He
yeah,
said
'cause,
Ada,
like,
your targeted
Matsuri could
is
sense
you're my
Konohamaru
target.
in
So it might be like he said the name,
Your
so
target.
therefore he
Mhm.
associated the Senringan with it.
Yeah.
But
That's possible too, yeah.
it could be either
True.
way.
And he like
Could be
said
either
it
way.
out loud. Yeah.
Because he was like, the
that is
Senrigan,
possible
huh?
too.
That doesn't confirm it
Yeah.
either way.
If
but
that's
yeah.
the case, though, do you think Jura can sense where Naruto is?
Oh,
I think
that's
he
the
has the memories
interesting
of
thing.
either Sasuke or because the only people who know that Naruto is sealed is Sasuke and Kawaki. Because he can assume Boruto told Sasuke that his friend is alive, right? Because Boruto knew that he's sealed. So, or maybe Jiraiya doesn't know that he's sealed. Maybe he thinks he's just in the village, which I doubt. So
That's what's funny. Can he sense him? Even if he doesn't know, oh, he's sealed in Daikoku 10, can he just sense Naruto being
because of that
somewhere?
connection, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what
possible.
I'm asking.
If he can
That's
sense him, he'd
possible.
be able
The
to
same
sense
way
he
that,
is
like,
sealed.
it's not like Bug said, oh, Ada's in the coffee shop right now. It was just like, I know you're watching. Like,
Yeah.
so it does,
And even Moegi, she said she could sense the dread or something within Ina
Yeah, like their
Shikacho.
feelings of rage and sadness. She didn't
Yeah,
say, I can see Konohamaru's hairstyle today. It was
Yeah,
like, I
it
can
seems like they
sense
have
his
a
rage.
deep connection to them. Yeah,
So, but
and
in
and
Jura's
Jura
case,
even
it's
said that.
basically like,
Jura
I
said,
can sense Naruto's emotionlessness. Like,
yeah, and also Jura even said that Moegi, this isn't a feeling that I can feel. Only you can feel it. So, hey, it supplements
that's
the
true.
point.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
true.
Supplements the
So,
point.
yeah, actually, they probably couldn't feel Ada, only the Bug one.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doubling down on the fact that Jura probably is from Kawaki, because it's very reminiscent, that idea of like when Ishiki summoned Kawaki to the battlefield. I think the same kind of thing is going to happen, where he's going to pick up on Kawaki's chakra signature and then just teleport to him or something. Like I can see something very
Or I was thinking
reminiscent
maybe more
happening.
like Jigen, where he's just gonna pop out of Kawaki's.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as
That would be
reminiscent,
crazy.
Yeah.
I
Have you
mean,
guys
that's
ever had
more
liver?
out there. But that
Chat?
would be funny.
No.
Liver is dope. Better
Big
than
fried
kidney.
I mean,
liver.
Actually, better yet, Oodie, if it's a Jigen connection, he can do that.
I never had liver.
It looks really good.
Oh my god.
I've never had it though. Sounds gross.
You know, Kawaki, I can't wait
What is the
for them to
texture like?
reveal that it's a unique, original new character. Like it's one of the Otsutsuki on the stone tablet. I just can't
It
wait.
looks like smooth. It looks like a
I mean, if
steak,
that
though.
happens, fine. But I think it's Jigen, Ishiki, or Kawaki. If it's one of those three, I'll take my money back
I'd
from you.
probably try it.
If
I'm not
it's
taking
not
your
one
money
of those
back from
three,
you because
will
I
give
think
you
it's
nothing.
Kawaki.
It looks like a steak. It looks
Do
It's
you think it's
Kawaki
fine?
and Ishiki.
I'm not saying
Kawashiki.
it's not Kawaki. I'm saying I think it's related to Kawaki, Ishiki, or Jigen.
No, you're
What about
saying, you're
Gaara?
saying it's Jigen or Ishiki.
What about Gaara?
Gaara would be
Hmm?
cool.
But I don't know, bro. Like, imagine thinking, like, I don't know, bro. Like, Gaara has a whole ass family, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's not
Naruto being his
Gaara,
deepest
dude. Gaara's
connection,
not
bro.
leaning on one of Ishiki's looking cubes, okay? It's someone related to Ishiki's, in my opinion.
It's
That
Ish-
meat looks
it
Not
is
Aruka either.
Ishiki
Bro,
and
not the
Kawaki, bro.
Ishiki related cubes. Oh, it looked like Kawaki related flying. It's an Otsutsuki technique. Come on.
It
I
is
mean, but
Kawaki
here's the
related in
thing,
flying, though.
But here's the thing: the only people we think it might be are 3 people who can fly. So
Facts.
Gaara can fly.
You can't ignore it. Gaara
fly
can't
like
fly.
that. He flies
Enoki
with
can
sand.
fly.
Gaara isn't using
Hey.
sand to fly.
Hey, if it was Enoki, it would look like how Bug looks. So again, like you have to look at the body composition, the
Exactly, Oodie,
the
Oh,
hairstyle,
matter.
everything
The
that
appearance
comes
matters.
together.
But that's
do we
proof.
think Moege
because
is
it can
as
be.
thick as Mitsuri?
Facts. Yeah, definitely.
You think so, Moege?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But she's in baggy clothing all the time, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah. We don't
Wow,
see
isn't
her in
that
tight
crazy
clothing.
how Mitsuri doesn't look like Moegi? And how
She
she looks
does.
more like Delta?
She literally does. She
Isn't it
doesn't look like
crazy
Delta,
how
bro.
people
totally
thought
invite you to
it
be a
was
member of this
Delta?
podcast and we're kicking
Yo,
out.
I feel
literally,
like
I'm
you
not-
especially have face blindness when it comes to women, but anyway,
Isn't it
that's a whole nother
crazy
I
topic.
how
think if you
people
remove,
thought it was
like the
Delta?
hair stuff, I don't think it looks like Moege.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna post this shit, bro. Where is it?
Man, Camcam, remember last month when
mean,
I said it
We're
wasn't
side by
Delta?
side by side.
I have this like faceless image
Remember when
of
other people said
Moegi.
that? Isn't that crazy, Camcam?
I didn't hear that. What was it? What,
Remember
Ood?
when I said last month that it wasn't Delta and that other people were saying that? Remember when that happened, Camcam?
Also, Oodie,
It
remember when
wasn't
you said it
Delta,
was
and that
Oodie,
other people were saying it was Delta.
Oodie, remember
Who?
when you said it wasn't Moegi too?
Facts.
I don't
I
remember
remember that. I remember that.
You
I
admitted it
remember.
last pod.
He didn't. No, he said it was like flat out. It was impossible. That's what he
I
said.
did not say it was flat out
Oodie,
impossible.
He said it was.
Rudy,
I said
you
it
said
doesn't
pretty-
make
you
any
did say
logical
pretty
sense. Like
confidently
he
that it
went
wasn't
hard,
Dude,
bro.
but you don't remember the things that you say sometimes.
Such as? Oh,
said
okay,
pretty
is that not a
confidently
normal
it's
thing
not
to
Moegi.
not remember everything I've ever said?
Yeah, your bad memory. You should remember.
Tragic.
God.
Dementia.
That daily amnesia. It
Dementia
happened
level.
2 days
That's
ago, He
crazy.
forgot.
Crazy.
Hold on. Where is
Yeah,
this?
Oodie, do
image,
you remember
bro?
what you said yesterday at 11 p.m.? Probably not. It's the next day.
God.
No,
Bro,
but
I have
for real,
so
though,
many
like,
images,
Jura
bro.
is gonna.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, Oodie. Jura is going to be one of the people he looks like. So
Yeah, I just ended up paying extra for Google Drive for bigger storage space, honestly.
Ooh, never.
I use
Ah, fuck
Too many
iCloud.
I'm
panels
just gonna leave mine at 90%.
for my shoujo manga.
Stop reading so, bro. Read Kagura
show-
Bachi, bro.
Is Shoujo like
Kagurabachi,
little
bro.
I have
boys?
been reading it.
Bro,
Peak.
I'm just gonna say this.
It's
Jujutsu
pretty good.
Kaisen
I'm
has to be
pleasantly
a
surprised.
meme.
It's pretty
Like,
good.
people have
What
to be
chapter am I on right
joking
now?
that it's good in the same way that they joke Kagura
15.
is good.
Bro, you don't even read. I know that
I'm
you,
on chapter
you haven't read it
13 right
because
now.
you said it's a meme.
Yeah,
Get off
people,
Twitter, bro.
come on. You're not telling me
Get
it's
off
that
Twitter, bro.
popular because
I
it's
like
just
it.
that good.
Bro, you're
It's
stuck
that
in the
power system
popular
is really
You're
cool.
stuck
because
in the
it became
past,
a
bro.
thing
It's
that
not even a
people
meme
say.
anymore. No one is memeing about it
When
anymore.
it first came out, that
And
first
it's constantly
chapter,
in top
and when
5. That was like
everyone
5
memed
months
it.
ago.
Yeah, it's been doing really well.
Okay,
That's
I'm
five
not
months
talking
ago,
about
bro.
Is it a
now.
good
I'm
series?
talking about 5
I
months
think
ago.
it's good.
Definitely. If you like JJK, you're gonna like it.
I agree.
In
The
fact, if
power
people
system is
aren't
really cool.
saying it now, then it would only apply to months ago because I said when people were saying it.
That shit looks so good, chat. Holy shit.
I use it as an example.
What's
Jujutsu
isn't
Kaisen
Boruto
was-
number 1 still?
Dojo.
Always.
No idea.
Boruto. The thing is that Boruto just released, so yeah, it's that number 1, I think.
Okay, I'm
Crazy.
getting back to this since we only have like 15 minutes left. So back to my script. So speaking on the
Until the Attack on Titan stream. that is.
divine claw
No, fuck that
grimes.
shit.
Speaking on the
We
divine
do
claw
one or
grimes.
the other.
So
We're doing AOT next, and we're not doing just the intro topics.
So the divine claw grimes are their own unique existence. They are their own person. In the same way, a new
Divine
soul
claw
is born of parents. Koji is essentially Jiraiya's son. In the same way, Mitsuki is Orochimaru's son. In the same way,
What?
Mitsuri is Moegi's daughter. In the same way, Boruto is Naruto's son. Boruto fought so hard to not ride Naruto's coattails and to be his own unique individual person with his own
Why are
story.
we jumping into this? I'm
What are you,
confused.
what are you
Because
reading
we have
from?
15 minutes. I'm reading my script. I should be sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm sharing my
Oh,
screen.
okay. That's your script.
But you can't just start reading off of something. Is there like an
Well,
introduction
I did
to
say
this?
I was going
Also,
back to it.
Oodie,
Yeah, the
though.
introduction was hours ago. I did
Oodie,
say I was going
that
into it.
serves the point of them being similar, looking like parent and child, the same way I used that example before. You're literally proving that point.
Wait, ooh, did you ever answer my question about Boruto being evil?
Yeah,
No,
here.
he didn't.
That was the
45
first like
billion
2 hours of stream, Camcam. In fact, it was
Really?
only cut short because Immortal didn't want to talk about that. I had more to say, and I said that.
Okay,
he-
that's
he-
why I don't
well-
remember it then, because it got cut short.
Yeah, I
didn't
know
wanna
you
talk
don't
about the
remember it because
death
you have daily amnesia, Camcam.
No, he didn't want to talk about death. That's what he didn't want to talk about.
That was the general conversation.
Not if Boruto is evil. But okay, never mind.
And he said
Then
he wanted to
why'd
go to
you
the divine
word it
claw
like
grimes, so I thought
that?
we were evil.
I'm confused. No, not you, Mello. Ood.
Because it's always my fault, Mello. Anyways.
No, I'm not
But,
saying it's your fault. I'm just saying then why was it like encompassing all of it? But whatever, never mind.
Dude, you say I say things wrong or weird or yo, I don't explain things in a way that makes sense. It's so not true. I go back and double check.
Facts.
Everything I say is
Bro.
legible English. You should be able to just understand it. You just don't.
Everything?
You have
Remember that time when you read
dementia.
us that,
Everything you
that
say is
person
legible?
had-
Go find
English.
it. Go find it,
Speech.
Cam. Go find it, Kamui. Something that you think is illegible. That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Go find a
Okay.
sentence. And go find something
Illegible.
actual, not a meme, Kamui.
Okay.
Logical.
Okay. I'm gonna continue reading the script. Okay.
It wasn't that long ago.
Boruto was born
Yeah,
different. by
isn't
being a
legible
genius
like
from Naruto.
handwriting? Ood.
That's
Oodie.
why I was looking at it.
Oodie,
I
do
was
you
like, wait,
recall?
what?
Ood. Legible is handwriting.
Did you
Legible.
recall when you said TIY are officially invited onto the podcast? I still don't know what TIY is. Can you elaborate?
So, Kamui,
TIY.
typos do not count as grammatical errors.
What about my nickname?
Yeah, I knew you were going
that's
to do that.
crazy.
Nickname? You didn't understand
And
because I
technically that's not
added
even
a
legible,
B in there?
Because like
Nickname.
handwriting.
YT?
Yeah,
But
so
Oodie,
so
you
adding
said
a
nickname.
B to nickname makes it illegible to you, indecipherable. You couldn't deduce that I meant nickname because there was a B somewhere
can't
within
expect us
those
to
like
do work,
8
bro.
letters.
Certainly not perfect.
You have to be perfect, man.
Yeah, and that's not the
If
grammar.
if
That's
anything,
typos.
this card you sent me, it kind of I mean, it's kind of
Illegible.
legible. I'd say 10% legible. You know.
So you
but
could only
anyways.
read 10% of it, Cam?
Yeah. It looks like a child wrote it.
Really?
but,
Considering
you know,
you
it's the
read the
effort that
whole
counts.
thing on stream, or did you
Well,
just
she didn't
forget
read
that
the
as
whole
well?
thing. She didn't
I
skip
did
parts
not
of it.
read the whole thing, remember? I left parts of it out because you're
you
being
didn't
very
leave parts
ugly.
of it out. You left a part of it out, and I said that
Get
part
out.
out
No,
loud.
you were being very ugly in the card, so I
Let's
don't want to
get
read it
outside.
all.
Oh, I was being very ugly in the card,
Oh,
not
yeah, I'm
one
sorry.
part of the card, but the whole card. I was being very ugly when I said thank
What do
you.
you think about Boruto trying to take out the
Yeah.
Ten Tails?
Mean I kill it?
Yeah, do you have any like moral or ethical issues with that?
Uh, hmm. Hmm. I
Moral or
mean,
ethical
I don't think so. I don't
Even though
think
it's like
so.
an innocent creature.
Is it innocent though?
What has it done besides being
I
enslaved?
mean,
Shiny boy.
Boruto
Fuck that
knows
bitch.
something because he says like you don't know the true hours of the Ten Tails. Maybe he knows something that it has done.
Yeah,
That's what I brought
I mean,
earlier. It's like the Hitler
Yeah.
thing. Do you kill baby Hitler knowing what Hitler will be?
oh, that's
Oh my
the
god.
thing though. That's why I'm saying
Immortal
like,
didn't want to talk about death, but then we skirted onto baby Hitler. Okay.
but that's the
Yeah.
thing though.
Is that
What
much
happens
better?
with the Ten-Tails? Do we know that this Ten-Tails is innocent? Because like I was
We know
always
that it's
thinking
not.
like, what happens? That's I don't know. Maybe Boruto does. Because like I was thinking, what happens after a Ten-Tails creates a chakra fruit? Does it just stay a tree, or does it just revert back into the Ten-Tails?
So I
would
actually
imagine-
addressed
And then
this
they
right
plant it
here.
on another planet, and then it just does the same thing again.
I would
Does that?
imagine
Yeah.
you would reuse it, or maybe it like reproduces in the original.
Ood,
universe.
you should send me this so I have
Exactly.
more to
And
say
that-
about it.
And that could explain why
we have,
this
like, 10
Ten-Tails
minutes
is
left. We're
this
not
strong. It
covering it for
has gone through that process.
Yeah, send it to me so I can read it
But-
though.
Wouldn't it still be innocent if it just
I don't
operates on
compromise with
instinct?
terrorists,
Because
Camcam.
I also brought up like if a lion kills
You're
a,
also a terrorist, so I don't want
is
to
a
hear it.
lion evil if it kills like a zebra because it's doing like instinctual stuff.
It isn't evil, but you would be within your rights to kill
Oh my
a
god, don't
lion
do that because then it's gonna show up weird on my end. You
if it
have my email,
kills
just email it to me.
someone.
Camcam, it's literally not going to show weird on your end.
Because like, if
It
it's
did
self-defense,
the
you could kill a
last
lion,
time.
I
right?
didn't realize
Even
last
though
time
it's
was
not
the
like
time.
sentence.
I'm gonna mute you real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, please.
No, I'm saying like, even if a lion is like, if you could kill a lion in self-defense, right?
Mhm.
Even though it's not like have like a human consciousness or whatever. Like,
But would it be
let's say if
Oh my
it's
god,
if it's
heaven
just minding its
forbid I
business?
talk on fire. Okay, heaven forbid.
if it's minding its business.
Yeah, you just came up and killed it.
No, definitely. That's the opposite. Yeah.
I think that's the situation with Boruto. I think the Ten-Tails is operating on instinct, is being manipulated and used by Jigen, Ishiki, Code.
Oh my
I
god,
think
it
it's
didn't show
innocent.
weird this time.
We can like maybe if you want to like
Wow, crazy.
do like in a scenario where you think that
Okay,
it does
last time it
awful
was like
things,
all black background.
but so far we can't
okay,
prove that.
so, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like Boruto's like morally in the right to just murder this innocent thing. But I don't know what he knows, to be fair. But
I mean, it might
Yeah.
not be that it might not be a matter of innocence versus guilt, but more so just survival. It's humanity survival versus the Ten-Tails' survival. Well, obviously, Boruto's going to choose humanity over the Ten-Tails.
so you would kill baby Hitler then?
If baby Hitler was threatening if baby Hitler was trying to kill humanity and it had the power to do so, sure. But if it doesn't have the
Jesus.
I guess you could say like it's a difference between an active threat and a baby.
like a potential threat
like
versus
maybe-
active threat. The Ten-Tails
Yeah.
is an active threat. It's not just a potential.
How is it
It's
an
literally
active threat,
like-
though?
Yeah, it
Like
is.
itself,
It's literally biting people.
itself, absent of being manipulated, is an active threat.
Oh,
Yeah, it
because
devours
because
people on
like
instinct.
because you have to, but Boruto isn't killing the Ten-Tails because it may absorb a planet, because he knew what it would transform into. Like, he knew this was going to happen. So I think Boruto knows something like what that wasn't presented to the audience, and that's what he was acting on. So I don't know. It would be
So-
hard to judge it.
So would you? Okay, if I let the child live, then there may be something that we benefited from that tragic event happening that we wouldn't have otherwise. I don't know if that's the case. I haven't like really dived too deep into it.
By the way, have
But
to
like
end stream
we
now.
learn from our mistakes, so maybe we didn't learn
So
from
you
that
could just start a
mistake 'cause
new
the
one.
mistake never
Over and
happened.
out.
But